little about us. We're your at-home interactive weekly GeekCon, all blended with wit, sarcasm, and a pub-like atmosphere. We're adults talking about adult topics and using adult language. We laugh and make jokes about almost everything. We don't intend to upset, but some folks have their feelings hurt easily. This is all done in humor in the style of the great offenders such as George Carlin, Red Fox, Lenny Bruce, Richard Pryor, Robin Williams, Wanda Sykes, Sam Kinison, George Lopez, Lisa Lampanelli, Chris Rock, and others. So grab your vice of choice, sit back, relax, and get ready to enjoy yourself in the company of great people, hot toddies, and guests alike, because here we come.
Put that long day behind you. Good times lie ahead. With company worth keeping, that'll bash a smile in your head. Come on in, the door's open. You'll find just the finest folks here. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and lend our stories your ear. Cause we're the talk at the tavern. Here you're always welcome. The talk at the tavern. Promising beer and bedlam. The talk at the tavern. Music, medicine, then some. The talk at the tavern. The song's over. Here we come.
And welcome to Tuesday, May 8th episode of Talk of the Tavern. Tunesday with Feline Strange. Say bonjour.
Yay!
We're doing the mime show today, so thank God we're on video.
Hi.
Good answer. I'm going to introduce Andrea real quick. Andrea, what's your vices today?
Well, right now it's coffee and crackers. That's all. So exciting.
Then our wonderful guest, I don't know if I should introduce him as a pair or individually, and just tell you what, here's what I'm going to do.
They're not a pair.
The beautiful,
They're
talented,
more like a
wonderful,
cucumber.
Strange, and
We're
Feline
individuals.
also. There you go. Well, now I'll let you introduce yourself individually now that I did it as a group.
Well, I'm the captain, so I'm starting. I'm Captain Feline, or Feline.
Yeah,
It's you over there. Yeah, it's a feline S in the picture. But well, I'm Captain Feline, and he's Chief Strange. And usually he's supposed to do what I say, but he never does. So that's one of our vices, I guess. The next one is German alcohol-free beer, and no, Schorle. Try to pronounce this. Lübzer Schorle.
Lupsa, Shala.
Oh, not bad! Wow, exciting! And chocolate cookies.
Nice.
Yay!
And I have a glass of water.
Ah! Who did smuggle that in?
I could have swore I saw a brown bottle over there earlier. Did he finish it?
We will find out later, I guess.
There we go. We'll see if it appears again. Oh, and I'm the host. I'm Travis Sivart, and what do I have today? I have a La Gloriata Cubana, Series R Black. I'm actually finishing it from last night. And I figured I'd bring out something different today, and I'm going to show this to both cameras. Most people know I have two cameras. So this is a key lime rum cream.
Mmm.
And
Interesting.
it's very...
Sounds like a cake.
It tastes like a pie or
Yeah.
a cake, yeah.
Yeah, and that's for the others watching. Yeah, it's actually very
Pie to
good.
drink. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Sounds practical.
American.
Mhm.
Especially for interstellar travel, yeah.
That's true. That's true. Pie to drink.
Let's go over there.
Here-
Yeah, in anti-gravity, you could just pour the bottle and then grab all these little bubbles until you get really, really pissed. Yeah, right. Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's your vice, not ours.
No, you can share my vice. My vice is for everybody.
Oh, good.
But, let's see.
That's what vices are, right?
Let's do an opening toast. Hey, here's to meeting new friends and breaking down boundaries and borders.
Oh, yes.
There we go. Need to clink. You guys can clink together. We got to clink alone.
We could click louder. No, better not.
Oh, that is good. It's not too sweet. It's not too anything. It's nice. Okay. So, well, that was a quick intro, wasn't it? We got through that very easily. Now what do we do for the other 2 hours, 55 minutes? You know what? Here's what I want to do. I want to talk a little bit about the type of music you play because when Andrea asked me, "Oh, so what genre do they play?" and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a little bit of, it's got some blues and some folks and folk
What?
music, and it's got some cabaret feel, and it's got
You sure you're talking about the right band?
the going through the different albums. I heard all kinds of
Okay,
different,
yes.
notes and influences. But how do you describe yourselves?
Usually
Good music.
shut up cheap. Usually as electro wave cabaret or wave cabaret, depending on whether we're playing electroacoustic or acoustic. So yes, wave cabaret.
There we go. Now, is that like a big genre in Europe or Germany in particular?
As far as I know, we're the only ones.
Very good. So it is big.
I invited
Way to
this,
start trend.
That's right. You're a trend.
Yeah, well, there is cabaret, there's dark cabaret, but it's not as big as this. It's a niche. So, but this electro wave cabaret is what I invented myself because I had a hard time to describe what we're actually doing. So, and the problem in German is cabaret is an ambiguous word because there's also cabaret. If you pronounce it in German, it's like political stand-up comedy. It's a typical German genre.
Do you do that?
It is. It is. No, only accidentally. And yeah.
Nowadays in America, that happens every day, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, so when I say we do cabaret, most people in German translate it to cabaret, and they think we make like a stand-up comedy. Often it's with political songs, but it's totally different from what we actually do. So it's difficult to talk about our music in German, or in Germany in general.
Well, thank goodness we're going to talk about it in English today. We're American, one of the two. We don't know which.
As long as it's not Australian. I always have a hard time understanding Australian. Sorry.
Do you really?
Yes.
I'm gullible. I'll believe.
Quite a lot, but.
Yeah. Whatever you tell me, I'll believe.
All right.
I gotta fix my camera. Hold on a second.
It's this kind of show. You see.
Oh no, I moved it the wrong way.
Let's have another toast.
There we go. Yeah, let's do another toast. Here's the confusion.
Makes it easier to believe everything you hear.
It does. So what was the last gig you guys had? Was it this past weekend?
The last gig. Last gig was last past weekend. Where there was 4 gigs in a row, plus the trip through hell. So 4 amazing gigs and 2 terrible legs of travel. So we played at the German major steampunk festival, the Ether Circus in Hamburg. And we played at and before that, right, the day before we played in the UK in Hereford, a steampunk weekend, and then we played at an art shit meet-up show and a very artsy place, white walls, you know what I mean, and fancy light, and that was an amazing party. And which did I forget? I'm pretty sure I forgot one, but yeah.
That sounds great.
So we're around a lot. Yeah.
And I know this past weekend, I reached out to many people doing things, going, hey, do me a favor. Do me a quick video of saying, getting toast at a talk at the tavern.
Oh my God.
And
that was a nightmare.
Yours was my favorite, though. Now, for everybody watching.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I got a handful of them. And, like, one of them, do you know Dave Lee from the U.S. here? Dave Lee. He makes wonderful costumes, big, automated things. But he sent me one, and he is actually, and you asked me, what does toasted mean? And I explained this to toast. So here's to you, you're toasted. Or toasted if you get pissed, you're toasted. Dave Lee and his wife did a video, and they are pissed. They're just all 4 of them, and they're slurring, and they're like they said, talk of the tavern. And it was great. But now originally when I asked Feline, can you do this?
Pissed. For those Americans, not the angry pissed.
Yes, in America, if you're pissed, you're
I had a hard time learning this.
Yeah. Whereas I heard earlier when you mentioned drunk, you said pissed, so I go in your terms. But
okay.
Originally, Feline sent me a message back going, I tried, it's so hard,
yes,
et cetera,
I did.
And I'm like, it's okay. You could be alone and just whisper at the camera. And then the clip I got back that will go into one of our, the breaks I mentioned that we have, that's where your clip will be in a montage of many
Oh my God.
people with that. And it is these two, and they are just wild and crazy and yelling at the camera with a teeny little hand flapping around, and it was great. We loved
It's
it.
like the
It
best.
wasn't so weird and crazy. It was just us. You said we should be authentic.
See, that makes me want to see your shows, that's for sure. It's when we saw that, we just went, wow, we like these two. Let's yeah.
Play it again. So do you just travel over in Europe, or do you come to America to do shows?
Not this year.
Real quick,
To
a
be
shout
honest,
out
not.
to Jeanette. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I don't know if you know Feline Strange, but they're over in Europe.
Hello, Jeanette.
There you go. Okay, go on. Sorry to interrupt.
Always an occasion to take a sip. All right. Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh yes, last election. Since then, we were not over in the US. Before that, rather frequently. Since this ominous email we got in 2014 in the middle of the night on Facebook, like, "Hey, I'm an American producer, and I want to work with you. Meet me." Yes, of course. Turned out it was a real thing. And a few months later, only first he came to Berlin and we made pre-production, and then we went over to Pennsylvania and stayed 3 weeks in his studio and made a record. We're the first of 3 ones, our third album, the first of the America albums. And since then, we have been over quite frequently, toured in the East Coast and also in Texas, and made a lot of new friends, and I hope we can come back soon.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You got rid of that clown, maybe. Sorry.
It's okay. We're not offended by either side of politics because we look at all of them and go, none of them are going to really help us, are they? I hope one day I'm proven wrong. And
Well, I'm hoping you come back to the East Coast because that's where we are.
yeah,
Good.
we're right near Washington, D.C. in Virginia. So,
Good.
Yeah. And by the way, Jean says, hello, Feline and Chief. I think, now this is Jeanette Macklin out of the UK. So you
Oh,
might have-
hi.
There you go.
Yes.
This sounds familiar.
Yeah, she made our last video, which is still like password protected on Patreon, only because it's the version of Lilith with the dance theater where I go full front on you, and I think that's not suitable for the American market at all. But it's part of that song because it's about the femininity in general, and it felt just right. So we made this in a theater, and she was there and made a wonderful video, and this will go public soon. Maybe it will be geo-blocked in America, but well. It will be on Patreon for download anyway. So
there you go. And as for that in America,
hi Jeanette, and thank you.
I always find it amazing that here in the U.S. we're okay with chopping off somebody's head on camera, but you can't show boobs.
Yeah. You can show male boobs, but not female. So
That's very
yeah,
true.
right. Andrea, you're so totally right.
And thank you for the pitch
Definitely.
there, Gene. Appreciate it. So one thing I do is when I have guests on for the first time, I don't research them too much because I want to learn it naturally, like we were meeting in a pub and having a drink and talking about what do you do for a living.
Right.
So now I just saw the video for Cassandra's twin with Michigan of Bird Eats Baby.
Good.
What are you working on now, or did you just finish an album?
Yes, no, maybe. So, well, our last album was out a year ago. It's out. It's called Out, and it's out. So yeah. And right now we're working on 3 projects, you could say. So first, since Out, we decided not to release any more records. So I guess the chief is fetching it now. Good idea, chief. I'm ill-prepared this time, but I have my chief for the minor tasks. So since Out, we decided to not release any more records, but to release song by song on Patreon. And yeah, so much more fun. And I can be so much faster reacting to what's happening in the world. And this feels so much more right for me. And Yeah, gave me the opportunity to go more and more political, I admit. So, and since then we have recorded 9 new songs and a few new versions. So it's almost like a record. And we're going to re-record them sometime soon. So here's Out,
Very
our
nice.
latest. Which also transforms, if you follow the instructions on the inside, into a 3-dimensional shadow theater. With some more secrets. So all our
Is it
our
3
records.
or 4-dimensional?
It's 4-dimensional, but you chief. That's
There's
a
no
secret.
time for that.
No, exactly. Thank you so much.
Go on.
So yeah, we have a record already, and we hope to re-record all these songs again, so they fit together acoustically. So right now they're like studio recordings. I think they're pretty good. I mean, same way we did Cassandra's Twin. So it's what we call amtlich in German. So it's good enough to sell it. But
As an artist, you have to draw a line sometimes and say, I have to stop working. It's time to put it out.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me years to learn that.
Mhm.
So, as with Cassandra's Twin, that's the first of an EP I'm working on with Mishkin. So there's more collaborations coming. Also, other collaborations. Right now, we're finishing the collaboration with Valentine Wolf.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was a spontaneous decision
We
on the
know them.
Gasp show a few weeks ago. The Gasp radio show from UK. You
Right.
know it. You've been on
Oh,
there.
yeah. When we
And
went to
when
London,
they had
we
their
hung out.
interview, yeah,
We
mhm.
hung out with Stephen in London, and Valentine Wolf, we see them at the conventions we go to, so we hang out with them there. So
Yeah,
it's okay. Go
Mhm.
on. I'm sorry.
that's where we met. We
Mhm.
met them at Steampunk World's Fair, and
Ah,
so when they were on at Gasp, listened to the interview, of course, and in the chat, we just decided. I mean, we is the audience of the chat,
Right.
not themselves, to make a collaboration.
were you?
Then I wrote a song, sent it over, and they said, "Oh yeah, we can do that." And yeah, it's almost finished now. It's called Night, and it's quite scary. And yeah, I think there's
Were you at Steampunk World's Fair last year?
No.
the year before
2 years
and
ago,
the year
okay.
before that.
Gotcha,
So
okay.
2 years and 3 years ago.
Just check, because we were there last year. I want to make sure we didn't miss
Yeah.
seeing you. And
No,
okay, go on.
the year before. And also, this is still a big secret, but maybe this is the time to reveal it now. To complete the set, starting with Out, so we can say we have an album called Over and Out. We're working on the acoustic version. So because you have mentioned earlier that we have come a long way from our first record to Out, band-wise. So we started out as a 5-piece neo swing band, you could say.
I love that.
And thank you. And ended up like our electro wave cabaret duo with guest musicians on CD. I will maybe have the opportunity to mention our most famous guest musician later again. And I lost my thread. Sorry.
Which bands are you collaborating with besides Valentine Wolf and Michigan of Birdie's Baby? Who else?
None so far in that way that we made a song together, but I'm pretty sure there will be something possible with Victor and the Bully.
Nice.
And yeah, I know they're on in a few weeks. You said
They are,
here.
yeah. It's, I forget
Cool.
which day. End of the month, 31st. There we go.
hmm So yeah, they suggested something earlier. Somebody else suggested they make a cover of Our Hole in the Ground, and we cover what was it? Devil's Got My Soul. So maybe we'll do that.
Nice.
And yeah, what else?
Well, I tell you what.
Nothing that comes to my mind right now, but I'm always open for everything. So send me your collaboration ideas,
I love
and
that idea.
I
And if
make
we-
that happen.
And if we can put you in touch with other people that you maybe
Oh, please.
maybe you know them but you haven't talked to them,
Mhm.
because our first thing, the first way we play people's music is if we like you. The second way is if you're good. But if
Mhm.
you're a jerk, you don't get played again. So we have our favorites
Oops.
that A, they're talented, and B, they're nice and they're awesome and they're good to people. And so yeah, we know people like that. So yeah. Now I want to play one of your songs. So I want to play Science Fiction to start. a space opera.
Yes.
Do you want to tell a little bit about this, or you want me to play it and you talk about it when we get back?
Well, it sounds fun.
So first, this is the cover of
Oh,
science
nice.
fiction. Yeah, this is when we still were this 5-piece band. So it's quite a few years ago. It's 2013 when we recorded this, and it was our second album and our first concept album. You could say all the others are concept albums as well. So I made these songs, and I wrote a novel that connects them to a story. And this is where we became steampunk, and where we, where the spaceship story starts and the alien story. So,
There's a whole book in.
yes,
Nice.
true, and the blueprint of the spaceship. So. We revealed the secret that we are actually aliens on Earth in human bodies, and we have a mission. The problem is we forgot our mission about 2 centuries ago. I think the transfer to a human body was incomplete, and so we try to find out what we actually are and why we're here.
So this is
All the
based on a
time.
true story, then.
Yes, of course. And we find out that it's what most humans do all their life, like trying to find out where do I come from, where do I go, what
Right.
the fuck am I doing here? So, we suspect there are more members of our spaceship crews out there. So we took the opportunity that people liked our way to communicate and made this record. And put it out in the world in the hope that people pipe up and say, yeah, hey, me too. And this keeps happening quite a lot. So I think our spaceship crew is growing and growing. We're almost 700 people so far on the Facebook group,
Well
the
done.
spaceship crew. And I think this must be a pretty big spaceship. Once we find it and get it to fly again, we will leave this
We
planet.
will.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Time to visit other places.
Mhm.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a picture of the cover while we play this song. So let me do that, and I'll make sure we can see our faces too.
And there's also a video on YouTube, of course.
There we go. And here's the song. So make sure you mute yourself so we don't talk over it.
Landed on those planets some dozen years ago, but yet I didn't trust that life is one of its inhabitants. I walk beside them and observe their strange behavior, which I don't fancy anymore. So now I'll have to leave. I've built a little spaceship around my lonely heart, and right tonight at midnight there will be my stellar start. My life is science fiction, endless spaces to explore. I am the spaceship's captain, though when no one's gone before. I am the spaceship's master, it's doing what I say. I'm heading upwards to the sky, flying far away. The streets are full of aliens with strangeness in their eyes. Don't understand the word they speak. Don't know how I could lend me in. If I could talk to you, I'd tell you something. What you heard about your world is nothing but lies. I've built a little spaceship around my lonely heart, and right tonight at midnight I will launch my stellar start. My life is science fiction. one seems to be missing me. But now I know at least I have a mission. End this planet's misery and sweep it from the sky. I've built my little spaceship inside my wounded soul, and right tonight at midnight there will be launch time for us all. My life is science fiction, endless spaces to explore. I am the spaceship's captain now when no one's gone before. I am the spaceship's master, it's doing what I say. I'm heading upwards to the sky, flying far away. My life is science fiction, endless spaces to explore. I am the spaceship's captain now when no one's gone before. I am the spaceship's master, it's doing what I say. And if I want to burn this planet, comes your judgment day. Your judgment day. Your judgment day. Your judgment
Oh, hold on. Sorry, we went to the next song.
Yes, I know.
I love the interpretive dance going on over there.
It was fabulous.
I just repeated my usual stage performance on a smaller
Stage.
square level. Yes, square level, square scale. Yeah.
So why did you
And
decide? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Andrea.
I did put in the chat everywhere you can find Feline Strange,
Yay.
where to get the music, the Facebook groups, and the Twitter and Instagram. So stalk them and follow them and support them.
There you go. And Jeanette, we want to thank you for throwing all those bits as you've been doing throughout the whole show. Forgive us if we don't recognize every time, but we do appreciate it every time. So why did you decide to record in English instead of German?
It just happened. So yeah, basically I wrote songs in German, I wrote songs in English, and when I make music from these lyrics, it's different music when I wrote the song originally in English. It's German. It's when I make a German songs, it's usually turns out terribly kitsch. You know the word kitsch?
I do. I understand.
Yeah, good. I think that's global, right?
It is, and
yeah.
if not, it will be because we'll keep using it.
Good. So so I decided to write in English. And the other thing was I wanted to be a global act, and it is much easier in English. So because in Germany a lot of German of English and international acts are performing and well known, and also a lot of German bands sing in English and are also well known. So I thought, can't go wrong. And on the other hand, it's terribly difficult to get international when you're singing in German. So that was the practical side. But also, like, I love the English language. I always did. And I like the way my voice sounds when I sing in English, which is a lot different from when I sing in German. I think that's the same for all singers. They sound different when they sing in their mother tongue. And also, for me, it's I mean, it fits because I'm an alien everywhere anyway. So for me, it makes sense to write in a language that's not my native language.
An alien language.
Yeah, right. And I mean, I asked a lot of native speakers about it, and I was pretty insecure, and I made a lot of mistakes on the first two records. People tell me it's Good. There is a big fat.
Good answer.
There's a big fat major one, even 2 ones in science fiction. Actually, so if you didn't hear it, good. Who finds it can keep it.
What? I can't wait to hear your voice with Sarah of Valentine Wolf, because she's such a beautiful soprano.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And then you've got this
Mm-hmm.
very well-rounded, full sound, and the two of you together, it's going to just weave beautifully, I think.
Oh my God, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have nothing more to say about that besides, oh, yeah.
Oh yes.
So-
Sarah, I hope you're listening.
If not, we'll make sure we post it over to
Good.
her when we're done.
Yeah.
Because now here's also
Please
what I
do.
do. I put this so it stays forever on Twitch, but then I also move it to YouTube. So I have to wait 24 hours by Twitch's rules, but it will be on YouTube, and I will send you the link of that. And I will go copy all the social media. And if you see something missing, you can just message me going, Travis, add this in. And I'll be like, okay, no problem. That way, everybody gets all the information they need about you too.
Good.
Yeah, well, the show was started, Talk of the Tavern was started to connect people, to help people find what they're looking for, or help musicians find the audience they're
Right.
looking for.
Mhm.
So this is just what I love doing. So
Thank you so much for this, because it's the hardest part of this job.
Well, there's something else. We like you well enough. Make sure you tell us when you have something new coming on, because even if we bring you on the show for 10 minutes to talk about it and then make you go away, but if we all have another whole show, absolutely, bring you on for. We'll do what we need
Yay.
to do to make it happen. That's that.
Great.
So let me ask you, if we were to come to Germany, because we found an airline where we can go to Germany for like under $1,000 round trip airfare for the
There
two of
is
us.
some, yeah.
What's one meal we would have to have while we're in Germany?
Fricassee.
Ah, yes, of course. This is the dish he makes best. So you probably visit us. I hope so.
I would
Stay
like.
at our place, and then Christoph would make a fricassee for you.
Oh.
If you're not vegetarian or vegan, because this involves chicken and a lot of other stuff that is definitely not vegan. So, Christoph, would you like to explain what fricassee actually is? It's a typical Berlin dish. And he's an original Berliner, one of the very few, like born and raised in Berlin, and also his family is Berliners, so this is a rarity nowadays.
Nope.
Oh, come on. You know chicken.
I know chicken, I know asparagus, and that's it.
It's asparagus, I think, but still.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
You see-
stew, basically, a white stew.
Uh-huh.
And I think every culture has this very special dish.
Yes.
It's basically leftovers, put in a pot, made in a very special way. Every family has their own recipe, and it's like the most delicious thing you can eat in the world, right?
Yes.
Leftovers?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is ours is fricassee. Well, at least in what you would call Prussia, like eastern, northern Germany. So there's other leftover dishes in the other parts of Germany, but we're from here, so
Now,
that's ours.
if we do come
And-
there and visit and you make this, can I be in the kitchen so I
Yeah.
can learn how to make it too? So when I come back, I
Yes.
make something new.
I
'Cause
think,
I
yeah.
love to cook.
Ha!
Ah.
That would prove difficult. When we were recording the second America album, Truths, which gives me the opportunity to show it in the camera. I'm really proud of it because it's
I
a
can
steel
help,
book and a comic book. And the record itself, it's good as well. So when we made this, we also stayed at the studio, and the producer, Jason Rubel, had just moved to a new apartment right next to the studio, and he said, okay, on the weekend you can come over and make a fricassee. And Crystal went, yeah, oh, we do? And and there's a supermarket at the end of the street. You get everything you need there. Yeah, this is the comic book. Hey, be careful with that. I still want to sell this.
Oh.
No, I mean not
Don't bend it.
turning the pages too hard.
Okay.
I'm sorry. And we went to that supermarket and tried for 3 hours, I think, to get stuff you need for fricassee.
Mhm.
I mean, in the end, we found something that was similar to a chicken, because in Germany you would need two different kinds of chicken. One that is for boiling, and one that is prepared and rather suitable for grilling, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, and you put them both together in the pot, and just boil them. So, but this makes this special, and we had a hard time starting with that.
Die Klopse waren unmöglich zu
Then
bekommen.
we couldn't get Königsberger Klopse, which are supposed to go in there, which is
Kind of meatballs.
from east of Prussia, which is now Poland.
Mhm.
And which is supposed to mix in there, and the asparagus was weird enough. We found some, but it was like only a tiny glass,
Right.
I think, and it tasted
And
totally
it was
different from what we had in Germany.
Tomato stuff in, and that's wrong.
Yeah, it was mixed with everything, so not pure. And we didn't get proper peas and carrots. In the end we took corn, and which is not supposed to be in there. And the worst thing was the wine. So the sauce is consistent mostly of white wine.
Mhm.
So usually you take a sweet white wine and put the chicken in and boil it and put the sauce base on, and that's it. But
In
we
Europe,
couldn't.
it's no problem to buy a wine in a supermarket.
Of course,
Right.
it's where you buy everything you can eat and drink. If you're a tiny child, you need your passport to show you're 14 or 16, but you can buy it if you're not a kid.
Right.
But
And I was running through the supermarket,
trying to find wine, yeah.
and in the end, I was asking.
This is Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I have to add.
Yeah.
I was asking.
Pennsylvania is very hard with
also-
alcohol.
Mhm. And the girl said to me, we have
Cooking wine.
cooking wine.
No.
Mm.
What a terrible stuff! It's salt in.
Yeah, so much
Why?
salt that you couldn't drink it, and
Yeah.
much too much salt for the whole of the fucking fricassee. So
Americans
no
put
chance,
salt
yeah.
in everything. Salt and sugar in everything.
yes, exactly. That's what we
Too
learned
much
too.
sugar, yeah. It's when we went to...
It tastes great the first time you try it, and the second time, not so great anymore. But yeah, well, in the end,
Great.
in the end, we went out with all that corn and weird chicken and tinned vegetables, and tried to find a liquor store. And of course, because it was Friday afternoon, the liquor store was already closed. So we went to Jason, said we have everything but the wine, and we need wine. I said, oh, no problem, I have wine. And then we got there, and what he had was a box of red wine.
A box.
So the result was a pink fricassee with yellow dots in. It was no fricassee at all. It didn't remotely taste of fricassee, but it was good. And everybody loved it.
Yeah, it was good.
So,
In
yeah,
another way.
good luck with
I understand.
making a fricassee in the States.
Well, the nice thing is, since I live in the area, I would know where to go to get these things. And the wine, when we buy wine, we're not big wine drinkers. But when we do, we have friends that know wine, so we ask them. And when we find one we like, we'll pick up a couple bottles and put it away. So when we have wine drinkers, we have something. Unless we're poor,
So-
then no wine at all. Andrea?
So, since you were over here, what is your favorite food here?
What American food made you go, I love that? Anything?
Oh,
Burgers.
Really? It's good hamburgers, though. McDonald's
I mean,
are
you get
good
burgers.
hamburgers.
You get burgers here, but good hamburgers. Like these things
Yeah.
with everything on, and
No.
your face,
Hey.
chopped vegetables.
The best thing in America is pancakes.
True.
Oh, it's good.
Homemade
Pancakes
ones.
in
Isabella,
America.
if you're watching, yours are the best.
Yeah.
She's the mother of a wonderful singer we also met, and you should meet her, Emily Grove. And we toured with her a few times and stayed at her family's home, and Isabella makes these amazing pancakes. Yep.
A whole bunch.
Well, tell Emily that
well,
we're
if
looking
you
to meet her.
come here,
Mhm.
yeah,
Sorry?
if you come here, we'll make pancakes and hamburgers.
Okay, well, book the tickets, Chief.
Okay.
Great.
Just let us know
Done.
so we know to pick you up at the airport.
Yep.
It's yeah, we had a great experience with the airline we took over there. It was out of Iceland.
Oh, yeah.
So, very cheap, but we don't care because we were going to Europe and we had a
I
good
guess I
time.
know which airline that was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was wow.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't want to advertise, but yeah.
Oh, you
It's
don't
the
like-
only one going over Iceland, and everybody going here cheap is going with that airline, yeah.
There's another one besides WoW, but it's also out of Iceland, so kind of the same thing. It's
This one was closer to us.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
And we had a good experience. I don't know, maybe you had bad experiences with them, but
We never used WoW, but we had bad experiences last week on that trip through hell, which even cost us a cello. So
Woohoo!
Yeah.
What is it?
the back scratcher.
The scratcher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's,
Have
now,
another one.
I want to play another song here. Now,
Oh yes.
Which one?
Berlin's a bitch. So
Yeah.
maybe we could
Makes
proceed
sense.
this when I said, I want you to maybe get a crowd behind you and say, getting toasted at a talk at the tavern, and you said, oh,
Yeah.
soon we can't do that. Do you want to explain that to the viewers? What's going on?
Oh, that's nothing to do with that song in general, but you mean the Data Protection Act, right?
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm scared that might
yeah.
happen here too. And
Well, right now I still can do it. I just couldn't find people to join me on that video. But on May 25th in Europe, in the whole of Europe, the European Union, the new Data Protection Act is coming. And that means for Germany, because Germany fucked up, every other state, they have this and this exception, so you can have street photography, you can have art, you can have music videos, blah blah blah. Only Germany fucked up and did none of these exceptions, so the law is only in Germany is coming like full throttle, which means well, we have made a lot of videos with people in the background, like filming on the street, filming at the beach, city by the sea. So most of them are like not like recognizable, only the people we want to even, but especially with City by the Sea, we made that video in the most crowded area, part of that of Berlin, like club area, so there's a lot of people, a lot of faces in there, and so far this is legal in Germany, because the idea is if people go out public without covering their face, they have to if you're in the video, it's your own bad luck. So if you don't want there, go there and tell the people you don't want to be in there. So that's what it's now. But from the May 25th on, this will change. So you can't have people on a photo or a video, no matter if it's private or public, with their faces remotely recognizable. Not even if they're like pixeled out, but because in theory you could redo image. Yeah, not even this would be possible. So because Google can recognize you from your eye line only. So it's the idea is that you can't prove that somebody was there in that time at that point doing that. So we just can't use this material anymore. Only if people like very very blurry in the background, so nobody could possibly check who they are. But still, some lawyer will pick you out and say, "Give me money for that." Yeah, it's a weird world.
It is.
So goodbye your beach photos on Instagram, and so none of this anymore. No concert photography. No, and so not with I'm in a happy crowd. Make selfie. No, not a chance in hell. Not
without
in Germany.
Permission, unless you have their permission.
Even then, they can pull that back anytime later.
Interesting.
So you wouldn't want to release that photo, because some lawyer will only wait for that and put people in the crowd who give their permission, and then tell them, okay, I'll pull it back. I found the photo, and we get $5,000 from these guys. So you wouldn't want to risk that.
Well, we'll bring you here. You do videos here because it's okay.
Right, I'll do that.
Okay, let's play.
Yeah, I'm still taking my last chance on making two crowd videos, actually, for Modern Conversation, which we hopefully hear later, and for On the Run, with inmates of a Victorian asylum breaking out and running to nowadays Berlin. I had planned this for June, and then this data protection shit came and said, oh God, we have to make it now. And I have no fucking time, and nobody has fucking time, because next week there's the biggest Gothic festival in Europe. And we're playing, yay! But like everything at the fucking same time. Sorry, I say fuck too often.
It's okay.
We're not in Great Britain. Sorry.
No, in America you do it all the time. It's
good.
In Great Britain they have.
Yeah, the Americans say the Brits say fuck too often, and the Brits say the Americans say fuck too often. So I guess I just say fuck when I feel like it. All right.
Yeah, we don't fuck there. It's okay.
Good.
Okay, so this is off the Out album, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? Okay, so here's Berlin the Bitch. We'll be right back, and we get to watch you with your stage performance.
Balance a bitch. Legs wide open to the way. But how they will. This fur is too dirty. And way too willing. Balance a bitch. I'm stuck like in a pot of groove. The city pretends it's offering future. Bitch, there's nothing but the past. Dust blows, show rolls, noisy rooms and drunken roads. Fast up in a haze of crap, veins above, boring enough. Dark boots, stories, fruits, drunk, loose, me puddle group. Fashion infection, pirate section, movie sets, addiction. Balance a bitch. I've lived here way too long. It's time to move, but where should I run? These bones are strong. Metro fail, slash and hail. Martyr tea is holy grail. Spoiled brats, lousy cats, fighting ducks and dirty rats. Prison tell, rings a bell. Moment smell, sheets as hell. Market please, hands to grease, smoke or squeeze. You want to please? Balance a bitch. That affects me with hipster tunes. I'm wearing beanies. Ah! When did that start? Legs, mental shakes, cutting backs with strong mistakes. Music committed to lay out with a teeth. Fitted his voice, spitted visions. Butcher bits, prey tied with secret blades. Trav and cave, rumble gate. Lost to sorrow, waste too late. Mob sellers, fortune tellers, breakers, clubs and dirt sellers. One of these straight yogi teams. Skinny legs and funny teeth. Fake peaches, border breaches, legs of peaches, coffee and peaches. Russian models, sheep, hostels, strippers, pants. How do you want it? Well, it's a bitch. And his bitches are this one's done. And they stop too. No other way to survive. Well, here we are now. Und da kann ich immer zurück zu dir. Mein Berlin, mein Berlin. Ich kann dem einfach nicht lassen. Ich muss doch immer wieder hin. Du bist wie du bist und entloh ich mir. Mein Berlin, mein Berlin. Ich kann doch nicht anders, ich liebe dich. Du gehst mir nicht aus dem Sinn. Balance a bitch. And she's got me in her heart, and somehow it is mine too. And I can't leave, and I can't leave, and I can't.
Making sure I stopped it this time. You guys, if I ever don't stop it in time, it's your fault because I'm watching you. Instead of my-
That's why we do it, so you play more songs.
I am looking forward to getting the video montage that you did, the little short video for us. I am so looking forward to getting enough because I want it to be 5 minutes long, so I have to get enough videos to make it. I'm just looking forward to having yours up there.
Okay.
You're our kind of people. You're a little crazy and definitely fun. It's
Do you think so?
I try not to think at all. Thank you.
Good.
It's better.
Best possible way to survive in this world.
Oh, you might be right.
And this planet. Mm-hmm.
That might be right. And we can't figure out how to fix that, can we? It's a rough call. We had a whole show about that a couple weeks ago, and yeah, basically everybody talking is like, well, here's the problems, here's the problem. I'm like, okay, so how do we start to fix it? And they're like, I don't know. Let the children do it. And I'm like, no, we can't wait. Start now. You know, don't pass the problem to someone
Better
else.
idea. Let's do it by pets.
I
Oh,
agree.
yes.
We just let my cats rule. I like their attitude. Sleep, play, eat.
Nap time.
Yeah. I forgot to bring my Google Eyes in. I'm going to have to get it when we go on break here in 10 minutes. 5 minutes. About 5 minutes we'll go on a break.
This dinosaur just pulled out my earplugs. I can't hear what you're saying, so.
I'm not saying anything important. It's okay. It's
If you say so.
yeah, I heard me. I know. So do you
I
have
got
pets?
this from a friend, by the way.
Oh.
During a show, because it's we have one song where I mention a rubber ducky, and he gave it to me.
nice.
Matt, if you're watching, I'm looking at you.
There we go. I think Jeanette's still with us. Let me go see who's on our list here. We have a handful of people viewing.
Good.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to.
Not you.
What?
The weekday shows they're picking up and they're growing every week, and it's wonderful.
Good.
And I'm looking to bring in more. That's why we set it for this time, so people in Europe can watch instead of our regular show on Monday. It's midnight for you. It's
Yeah.
And this way we can get more international guests, and they're not falling asleep.
that's right.
Yeah.
We don't have to
well,
wait
no
you up.
guarantee there. Sorry. What?
No promises. Could happen anytime. It's
Exactly.
So you live directly in Berlin, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when
In Friedrichshain.
In the middle of Berlin.
oh, very good.
Not right in the middle, but yeah.
So
in the good
this
part.
middle, you're here.
Still.
It's when we go visit
This
other
is-
countries.
This is Berlin, and we are there.
There you go.
Oh,
Are you done, Chief? Oh, okay. Detailed. Yeah, okay. You want to visit Berlin? No, Europe.
Well, everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere. But when we go, like when we went to London, yes, we looked at Big Ben, but we looked at it from the eye. We were on the eye. We didn't have to go to Big Ben because from the eye we can go, oh, it's very
You
nice.
see it better.
When you're at Big Ben,
Yeah.
you're like,
I know what you mean.
it's very nice. So
Yeah, right.
we visit the small places, go visit the little shops and walk around the streets and see what it's really like for
And
people
the
who live there.
Food.
And the food. We
Oh,
love
yeah.
different food.
Same here with food tourists.
Yeah, it's we
We
have
always
to,
bring back too much food.
and try the different wines or beers or liquors or whatever they have. It's I just like to travel.
We have a lot of craft breweries here. No, they're not endorsing us, but still.
It's okay. You can if you have a favorite.
Not
endorse
yet.
it.
They will.
That's right. How fun would that be to have a talk of the tavern craft brew?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the light is turning on. The Chief is turning it on.
Well, it's getting dark.
But
there,
yeah,
I see.
just
It's
yay.
a little bit. Some speak here.
Yeah, it's 8 now here, so
Yes.
yeah, a
it's dark.
bit not dark. But outside the sun is just shining, but you can see it going down inside.
It's nice.
Everybody else is sitting outside and enjoying the warm sun. Hopefully in front of their screens and watching the show. So
They are. They can watch it on their phone too. So
yes,
they can
exactly.
Go outside where it's beautiful and stare at their phone.
Oh, this is mine, and there's a new sticker on the back. Can you see it?
Nice.
No,
Nice. I like
not the
that.
line. It's a line from A Hole in the Ground. And Hole in the Ground, also from the new album. And we performed this. We performed this every show, and it's a favorite of Birdie It's Baby, all of them, I think. So after they got back home after touring with us, they sent us a little video where they were like creeping in the corner with hoods on their faces and eyeglasses and no, not the light. It was so funny. Unfortunately, they didn't make it public, or I would have shared this like mad.
Well, maybe it's never.
These
too
guys
late.
are so fun.
That's what we like. That's what we like. And it is 5 minutes till, so I'm going to go ahead and go into the refill break, so we can all go refill, and I can get my Google Eyes for my hand because I feel left out. And so, hang out with us. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, and we'll continue on. Yeah, we'll be back. Sit right back and relax, or get up and get a drink and refill what you have, while the cast and cohorts and co-hosts of Talk of the Tavern do the same. Now here's the testimony of some of the great people we've had on Talk of the Tavern or previously on Sound of Steam. Enjoy.
This is Gail Carragher, author of The Finishing School and the Custard Protocol series, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Aiden Sivart, Steampunk Indiana Jones.
Hey, this is Scott.
This is Samantha.
And we're Frenching the Punk.
I'm Karen Kay, also known as the Fairy Lady and editor of Fame magazine, and also founder of Fairy Events.
This is K.W. Jeter, author of Infernal Devices and Fiendish Schemes.
Kircher here. I play Bifur in the Hobbit trilogy, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Trevor Crafts, executive producer and creator of Lantern City.
This is Lord Bobbins of TeslaCon. Huzzah!
Steampunk Funk Bazaar here, Lord Monty, right in front of your radio.
Hello, this is Professor Elemental. When I'm not taking a bath in gin or trying to invent a new kind of badger, I'm listening. Oh, yes.
This is Stephen Davis of Raising Steam UK, 2-day steampunk festival in Reading. Enjoy.
I'm Thomas Williford of Brute Force Studios, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Commander Bob of Victor Sierra.
Je suis la légendaire princesse convertie de Victor Sierra.
Hi, my name is Sarah from Valentine Wolf.
Hey, this is Braxton from Valentine Wolf.
This is Aileen the Peacemaker, the founding editor of Beyond Victoriana, the multicultural steampunk blog.
Hey, this is Joseph C.R. Vortek, otherwise known as Electro Swing Neo Vintage DJ Vortek, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern. I hope you come out of it in one piece. I'm not sure I did.
And don't forget about our other shows during the week. Tunesday, Middle Age Gamers on Wednesday, and Virtual International Pub VIP on Thursdays. Make sure you join us there, 1 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m.
Hi, my name is Ashley Rogers. I'm the organizer of the Copper Claw.
This is Calamity Dawn, mixologist of Airship Passepartout.
This is Commodore Lorpikar of Lost Saints Curiosities.
This is Jimmy Diggs of the Crypto Historians, reminding you that the future is in your hands.
This is Gabrielle Reel.
Hi, this is D. Clarence Snyder, writer of the Bright Future series, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Professor Marcus O'Bannon, the Chief Scientific Investigator for the Crypto Historians.
This is Lady Gatita of Nerdvana.
Hey, this is Angie Vello from Ghostfire.
This is Hannah Titania, Queen of the Fairies.
This is Jeff Platt of Highland Steamworks.
This is Danielle Ackley McPhail, co-author of Baba Ali and the Clockwork Gin, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern Radio.
Hi, this is John R. White, author of The Tales of the Airship Neverland.
This is Catherine Gleason, author of Anatomy of Steampunk, The Fashion of Victorian Futurism.
This is opera singer Katie Cat.
This is Keith Prusak of Bad September.
This is Captain James Barrington of the Mighty Claxton.
This is Emily Leverett, and I'm the editor of Big Bad and Anthology of Evil, Volumes 1 and 2, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
Hola Radio Escuchas, les habla Lady Smoke de Sociedad de Steampunk Argentina y Sindicato Dieselpunk.
This is Melanie Grace with Live Steamy.
We are Warren and Betsy Talbot of MarriedWithLuggage.com.
This is Christopher Meeker, author of Hawthorne, Chronicles of the Brass Hand.
This is Mickey Wonderland, Steampunk Fairy Princess of Wonderland with a fresh cup of Mad Hatter tea.
Hi, this is Margaret McGraw, author of the prompt writing blog WritersSpark.com, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
Hello, this is Mishkin from Bird Eats Baby.
This is Nim Derringer of Airship Hypatia.
This is Painless Parker.
This is Persephone Burroughs Dimebagger, co-captain of the Airship Hypatia.
This is Psyche of Psyche Corporation.
Ahoy, me darlings. This is Misty Massey, author of Mad Kestrel, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
I'm Ellie Ann from Steampunk Homes, author of Slice of Life and The Silver Sickle. Hope you enjoy the show.
This is Captain Jerry.
I've got to make sure it fits in the screen there.
Yep.
I'm going to have to do a show like that.
We don't have silly hats like right now. Pity.
Let's do this.
All in the rehearsal room.
I'm going to have to make my screen bigger just to show it.
The pork.
I put eyelashes on it too.
Oh, brilliant.
And in case anybody hasn't noticed, we're back. And apparently we spent the whole break just getting cute things to bring on camera.
They started it.
They did.
Yes. Oh my god, you got poop. Brilliant.
We do.
It's not cute, it's poop.
I can make a big puffy poop or I can make a skinny flat poop. It's a gift. It's a talent of mine to make put him there. Of course, then the cat can't.
Yeah, now you got a goat's back. Oh my god.
Hold on, I gotta take this on my head.
Why?
Why? It suits perfectly.
No.
Because it squeezes my head. It's meant for like
Oh.
children. And I have a big fat head.
Pity, it went well with your waistcoat.
I could just...
Yeah, keep it in the picture. Yes, that's perfect. Oh, it's got belts inside.
Oh, no, that was Andrea.
Oh, no, that's me.
Okay.
I have bells.
I just thought, okay, that's the perfect image for pull the other one. It's got belts on.
There we go.
Yeah.
Andrea's helmet fits over her headsets.
That's perfect. I love that helmet.
Oh,
Who's
who
that?
is it?
That's a sloth.
Yeah, it's a sloth. But he's got a banana.
Oh,
And he's radioactive, right? No, he's Irish.
What's he say?
All right.
Rub my belly. I'm good luck. That's what he says.
I see.
There we go.
I feel assaulted by a goat here. Okay, all our stuffed animals are next door, so maybe I'll send the chief and get a few. Go, chief.
We can wait for the next break. Send him out on the break.
I just want him to stop molesting me with the goat, so... you can give me the tentacles over there.
I'm pretty happy with two
Stop
tickles.
pulling out my earplugs.
Welcome to the puppet show.
Apparently that's what we're doing.
Okay, it's his show now. Goodbye. Hello.
His flamingo leg.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, let's see here. What other good stuff do we have to talk about? I'll just put him right down here so it looks like I'm excited to be here.
Guys? Yes.
Oh, let's see here. Oh. Did we already cover what you're working on next? You're doing the single EPs now.
We be with Birdie It's Baby, yes, and the acoustic and singles on Patreon. So
now, are you only doing one, or are you doing multiples of that? Are you doing like
multiple of what?
With Birdie It's Baby.
Well, working on EP means we're working on 5 songs so far. Can be more, and then let's see what happens.
Very good. That's
Cassandra's Twins quite a success so far. So.
By the way, if anybody hasn't seen that yet, I'm going to post a video right here to the chat on Twitch because
what video?
Cassandra's.
Okay,
Cassandra's Twins.
Yeah, I posted it also.
Okay.
So
doesn't hurt to post
for those that missed it.
Yeah, and then
I've been warned it makes people cry.
It does. It does. Which is a good thing because that's why we music and the emotional attachment and reaction is always good. I am.
Well, most of our like really hardcore fans started out with standing at the corner of the stage crying during one of our shows. So and then they never left us. So I think crying is a good thing at the show. Yes.
It is. That is an incredible picture of the two of you on your YouTube channel. Chief,
okay.
I do say that your makeup is dazzling.
Oh, thank you. That's made by a friend of mine who runs a cabaret show in Berlin, who introduced me to the burlesque scene. Viva l'Amour, or Victoria Lynchon. She's from New York City, actually.
Oh.
And she's living in Berlin now, and she made this photo set and designed the makeup, also the Chiefs. And that was a fun session. I hope we can make another one soon, another photo session with her soon. And yeah, we're performing together a lot, and I love this girl. She's as mad as I am.
It's, you have, I see here that you have 144 subscribers now. You should be able to
on YouTube. Yeah.
Yes, you should be able to change your YouTube channel name instead of having the big string of letters.
I tried.
And numbers. No, they didn't work.
I have Feline Strange, which is my name as the YouTube channel, but it doesn't show up. So it's still the link I sent you earlier, YouTube Con Teatro, which was the original name of my theater troupe, my opera troupe, years ago. And they don't accept the bloody name. I have no idea why. Google is a mystery to me.
Nope, it works.
Pity.
It works.
But only if you enter it on YouTube, and not if you enter it to Google. And I have no idea what's wrong there.
Let's see here. I just did it both ways, and it goes straight to your channel.
Good.
So it does
So
work.
for some people it doesn't. I don't know why.
Maybe it's a European
They
thing.
only got to get a list with blocked videos there. So
no.
I'm just trying to post great videos and hope that people send them to each other so people subscribe. Old-fashioned way, I know.
There's nothing wrong with doing things the old-fashioned way. Nothing
Sometimes
wrong at
not.
all.
No.
This is. And I sent you the link that I use, and I went straight from Google to that, and I did it from YouTube also. So there you go. Hopefully it works for everybody.
Hopefully.
Make it easier on everyone and make it... Because it's so hard when you have to put a crazy link for people instead of a nice short
no, of course. Well, if you Google us, usually you get where you want to be. So even if Feline Strange, usually you get first a list of strange feline diseases. But if you enter Feline Strange music, you usually get to one of our profiles or even the webpage. So it should be fun.
There we go. It's, I'm trying to remember. Were you guys also on the Steampunk compilation album?
Which? We're on the Steampunk Records label in UK, and we're on 2 compilations there.
Maybe that's.
But as far I think that's the only one.
Okay. It's because I know that was a great collection. Every band put 2 songs in, and there was like 20 or 22 songs on the album, and it was
that goes for the Steampunk Records albums. That's 4 of them so far.
Yes,
and
that's
we're
one
on
to talk
2
about.
of them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's a great way to find new bands and support the community. So, yeah, I'm glad you were on there and I didn't mention it. You're like, no, we're not. Thanks a lot, jerk. So, I think I check these things ahead of time, but
always glad for new connections and new tips how to make this better, because there is no making it good as far as PR goes.
Yeah,
does only always make it better.
Yeah, well, especially with the PR, because I think your music itself, and I like that you've obviously grown and changed through your albums, and I like.
Oh yes, we have.
I think that's important when you have the same band who does the same music for 20 years. Yes, you know what to expect, but people change, people grow, and I like to see bands do that also. Some people complain about that, but I'm like, no, it's always good.
Well, we most certainly have, yeah. Just smoking. I'm eating cookies.
There you go. What kind of cookies are they? Just sweet cookies, or
chocolate
they have
cookies?
So they have chocolate on the bottom.
It's biscuits and chocolate, and also they're organic, by the way.
Oh, nice. It's so made with only vegetables.
Organic or vegan?
Organic.
Gluten-free or vegan?
No, just organic ingredients. And packaging.
So what kind of cool things can people get on your Patreon?
Songs, of course. Also songs I'd never dream of releasing on a record, and with unusual instrumentations or contents. So, for example, there's a song, a feminist hymn, I would say, like to call it. It's called "Female Is Now," or "I'm Not a Man," and it's the chief plays the drums instead of the cello, for instead, and I play the bass guitar and sing, and that's it. And it sounds very much like 1980s German punk. So, but it's in English. So,
Andrew would like that a lot. She really enjoys punk sounds.
And also there's the ukulele punk rock, lobotomy, and of course several versions of Cassandra's Twin, also the acoustic one, which is only on Patreon, on both our Patreons, Mishkin's and ours. And what else was special? What is Patreon exclusive? Help me, Chief.
A rehearsal.
What? No. Of course, we post a lot of live streams, also rehearsals, in the Super Patreon group on Facebook, which is exclusive for Patreons who give more than $10 each month. Well, we have quite a few of them.
Nice.
Thank you.
Good job.
And
the Rattensong hat den hast schon, ne?
yeah, the red, of course. I made this on suggestion, and it was the first goal too. I said I would make a song about food and an animal, and that's about a rat that uncovers a political conspiracy by eating garbage out of a bin, and yeah, it's quite weird, but people love it, and it's
you know that really
it's one of the most first really political songs, like in your face political I made.
Right. You know, the eating the trash out of the garbage is something people actually do here. They call themselves freegans. So vegan but free. Yeah. And they will go into the trash at a grocery store and take out what they threw out to eat it.
Yeah, we have that like as an official organization here, feeding homeless people and so.
Ja, but wir haben auch welche die Containern.
Yeah, ich weiß. He says we have the same, and it's called containering. Yeah, okay. Like garbage containers.
See, I love the idea of, and this sounds bad, but I like doing it for homeless people because you still have good food. But these are people in their, college age, 20s, and they do it just to make a statement of.
Yeah, it's like stuff supermarkets can't sell anymore, so it's still original packaging, but it's like running out this day, so they can sell it tomorrow and stuff like this. Right. So originally it was a good idea, but it's kind of weird organization-wise, and so, it's not the law or the rule that all the supermarkets have to partake, and so it's still a bit weird, but it's better than nothing, of course.
Agreed. Mm-hmm. Oh, let's see. What's a good topic we could get into now? Andrea, did you have any questions at all? Okay.
I asked them earlier. I've just been posting Twitter, Instagram, so.
So how many different countries have you performed in?
Germany, the US, Italy, the UK, France. Scotland, Wales, not Ireland so far, hopefully soon. France, Netherlands, Belgium, too. I think that's it for so far.
Very good.
That's
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yes, and it's a lot of fun.
We're trying to get into some of the European conventions ourselves to get over there and do a live talk of the tavern at the event.
Well, I can invite you to my own steamball when I'm making the next one. I have my own little steampunk festival in Berlin.
Oh, really? So when do you have that planned for?
Far not. I thought the last one would be the last one, but many people are asking me right now because it's a year ago, and we used to make it on a yearly basis. When is the next steamball? I want to come, and okay, maybe I have to plan one then. So maybe in autumn.
It's a lot of work.
Working on that. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And it's going bigger, of course, but it's a lot of fun too.
I'm sure it is. It's do you get to perform there?
Yes, of course. We started out with this as like our record release parties, and but I have so many friends now, like performers who would like to come. And last year I had Jezebel Steele from the UK, who is how's it in English? She's hosting a show at Phoenix Festival in Wales every year. And I wanted her to be the host at Steamball. Mm-hmm. And yeah, she came over, and that was beautiful.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
And that takes place in Berlin itself, correct?
Yes. So I mean, I'm not against selling the concept somewhere else and making a steamball in another town, but yeah. Of course, for me, it's easier to organize this in Berlin, as all my stuff is in Berlin, and all my decorations, all my tag. And most people I know privately can you help, please? And of course, it's easier to get press announcements when you're from the city where you're actually performing and stuff like this. So it's just easier to make it in Berlin.
Isn't it so hard to do? Well, you make your music. And then you have your steampunk ball, and you have to almost stop doing music as much as you do when you're doing these other things. So, do you find that?
No. I mean, yes, sometimes I get just stuck in front of my computer, and it's evening already? I didn't even practice. So, it's not the rule, but there is moments like this, like taking away and posting and advertising and designing and ordering and trying to pay bills and yes, exactly, yeah, and whatever, managing stuff. And yeah, we tried to find a manager, but this always fails. The last 2 persons we tried to hire as managers got terribly drunk just after hiring them, so that they had that they lost consciousness. So somehow this is like a curse.
Well, at least when you do
One
it
even
yourself, you know you...
lost 6 front teeth while falling. So I think it's even an expensive experience to be our manager. Maybe not our fault.
Well, you quit giving your managers alcohol.
I tried.
Didn't work.
I don't give it to them. They just take it.
Oh, some people.
In that case, it was like the backstage vodka. And what's a manager to do backstage? Watching tits, I guess. We had a lot of burlesque dancers that day. I was lost in all. Well, sorry.
No, it sounds like a great story. I'm enjoying it.
Okay, yeah, it is.
Yeah, but I didn't ask that guy if I can tell the story. I doubt he's watching, but still, I wouldn't tell bad stories about people. Cheers.
No, that's good.
People making bad stories about themselves pretty well as they go along, so I don't have to add to that.
So, what's your favorite fan experience when you're on stage and you have a fan, or off stage, anytime? Tell me your favorite fan experience.
Singing along, dancing, crying.
In that order.
Yes.
Crying made the list, but it's not number one.
I mean, you can do all the 3 at the same time, of course.
You can. That's very true. That's very true.
Yes. Sometimes it happens.
Do you have fans that bring you things and give you, like the rubber ducky?
Yes. Yes.
What's the weirdest thing somebody's given you?
The rubber ducky.
The rubber ducky.
And of course, can you hand me, Chief? Can you hand me the bass ukulele, please?
Yeah.
I just got these 2 weeks ago from an amazing steampunk artist, Paul Snook.
Well,
he's also a musician and a performer. He plays every possible instrument and sings, and he bakes. He has a caravan. He travels with one of these old teardrop things. I think the bigger ones. He made a submarine out of it, like with a glass front and top he can look out of. And
he plays a show with his caravan.
Yes, because inside of the submarine there's a few robots playing instruments, and I'm not like they're pretending, they're actually playing these instruments. So he's running them all over MIDI, and so he sits there playing the guitar, telling the story. There's a video with a real mermaid in. And when he plays the song, there's a robot drumming, like really drumming, and another playing the bass, and they're actually plucking the strings.
That's amazing.
So this is what you actually hear. It's not just like a playback and the robot moves. It's actually playing. This is fucking amazing. Yes, this man can make everything.
Can he sleep in his caravan though, or can he sleep?
I don't think so. It's full of robots.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he can. And maybe there's a secret compartment I don't know about. That's entirely possible with Paul Snook. Ichabod Steam and the retro clothes. Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Mo. Appreciate that. Mo was our guest last night, and Mo's watching.
Oh, brilliant. Hello. And yeah, so he made a few months ago. He posted a photo of an instrument he made, and I said, "I want one too." And so he made this for me. It's a bass ukulele. I mean, a bass. It's a bass. Can you hear this?
Yeah. So
it really sounds like a bass guitar. It's got a pickup, of course, and everything it needs. It's made from a very small guitar, and he extra cut off the head so I can take it in as carry on in an airplane with me. And yeah, I'm just learning to play this now, but it's so much fun, and it actually sounds like a bass guitar. Paul, you're amazing.
It definitely sounds.
So good. Yeah, so much about stuff I get from fans, or friends, or colleagues, and yeah. What else?
So tell me.
Of course, we have a wonderful endorser, steampunkglobal.com, who makes corsets for me, and who just recently I mentioned Victoria Linchang earlier, the burlesque actor, the burlesque artist who made the photo on a YouTube channel and others. And she runs this Full Moon Cabaret burlesque show. And we went to London with a full troupe to make a few shows. And Rob Mabin from steampunk.global.com, he made an amazing outfit for me when I was playing the Moon Lady with this Full Moon Cabaret. And just like that, he said, just send it to London and said, here, wear this. Stuff like this happens to me. I don't know why. I love it.
You're awesome. That's why.
Yes,
yeah.
Probably.
Now, I want to play Finally. Do you want to tell anything about it before I start playing it?
Get your handkerchiefs.
Okay.
These songs always makes at least one person in the audience cry. Oh yeah, good, you're prepared. And this is also how we met a few of our very hardcore fans. This is actually on our first record, on Behavior, which was really like supposed to be like rather a demo. We were young and needed the money and didn't have it to make it better than it is, but I still love that CD. It's a bit awkward and it's a lot of fun, and Finally stands out because most of the songs are really acoustic, not all of them, but Finally is the most electronic song on the record and the most orchestral and epic, and it's really, 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 really sad. It's about the end of a relationship with like this feeling, I don't want to cry, and we knew this would happen. And when I released this, I got reactions like, we should play this in school for children to educate them, because this is how life actually is. Then I was crying, so yeah.
Well, let's give it a listen.
Finally.
So here we go. Now, just so everybody knows, it's a longer song, so stay with us. And that's a lovely picture.
Oh, and by the way, it was the first song ever for the chief to play the cello, because he started out as a drummer.
Yeah.
Multi-talented. Very nice. There we go.
Yes, he is.
There he is. Okay, here we go.
Just does he just like two people freshly in love? Like the couple we should be, we have been, when we couldn't take our heads off each other, nor our eyes, nor our minds. So you finally leave me. You finally go away. You finally leave me sitting here all by myself in the dark to cry. You finally leave me. Can't wait till you go away. I'm okay, just gonna stay sitting here, won't let you see me die. Take my hand, pull me tight and kiss me. I can't stand losing you for the rest of my life. Don't let go, take a chance, we will get this over. I can't let you go, just won't let you know I still want to love you. So you finally leave me. You finally go away. You finally leave me sitting here all by myself in the dark to cry. You finally leave me. Can't wait till you go away. I'm okay, just gonna stay sitting here, won't let you see me die. So you finally leave me. You finally go away. You finally leave me sitting here all by myself in the dark to cry. You finally leave me. Close the door when you go away. I'm okay, just gonna stay sitting here, won't let you see me die. So you finally leave me. You finally go away. You finally leave me sitting here all by myself in the dark to die. You finally leave me. Can't wait till you go away. I'm okay, just gonna stay sitting here, won't let you see me
I get the feeling that is so much more powerful watching you perform it. With you on stage, feeling the emotions as you perform. You're muted.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, real quick, Jeanette, thank you. I saw the message. I will check it out later. And Tracy, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. This is Feline Strange, an awesome band out of Germany that we were thrilled to have on, and they've been so excited as we talked to them before we got them on here. And so is it hard to perform that song for you because there is so much emotion?
In a way, yes. It still takes me emotionally, but on the other hand, it's pure joy because it's so intense. And I mean, that's what I do. That's why I do it. And so yeah, it's hard in the way that it's this kind of song. I mean, we have quite a few in this with this atmosphere and this feeling, this intensity. And of course, they're most challenging because I need so much concentration. And there's, with a comical song, if something goes wrong, it just goes wrong. It's fun, it's all right, it's life. But with one of these, we both have to keep the energy all the time. And if something happens, sometimes these moments are the most powerful. But still. But this intensity is why I'm doing this. So I love doing it.
There are some songs they are very emotional, and I think for me it's harder to do a non-emotional song.
Are there any in our set? Not that I know of.
To play some chords, some tones, tunes is okay, but it's harder than to be open to make the real music. You know what I mean?
I do.
Einfach offen zu sein.
Just to be open.
To be open.
I understand. By the way, Mo commented that it was gorgeous. Tracy commented it was beautiful. And I think with something like this, it's definitely something we all relate to. On some level, almost all of us expect to be left at some point in time. And we all have our confidence issues and our abandonment issues. So it's something everybody can connect to on that one. So how often do you listen to your own music?
To my own music? Not very often, I admit. And when I re-listen to the older tracks, sometimes I'm surprised. Usually in a positive way, because I have the feeling not only that we get better on each album, of course, and different and more mature, but also the tech, the mixing, the mastering, and the other musicians on the record. So I always think of like what we did earlier was like crap, and then I listen and think, it wasn't that bad. And so not very often. Only the best thing that possibly happens is like accidentally, like when I turn on or when I'm in a pub and there's the radio on, there's one of our songs playing. That's the best moment, the best moments in life, of course. But
I know a online pirate station, matter of fact, gas broadcasts across it, White Party Radio out of the Isle of Wight. And if you're willing, I will definitely share your music with him so he can play it for the public too.
I think we have been in there.
If you haven't, that's another great person who I would be very happy to put the two of you together, because
yes, please.
He plays a lot of independent folks, and it's where he's the reason Talk at the Tavern is where we are today, because he was the one that helped me get the whole show started, the live show, as opposed to just pre-recorded podcast stuff. So
great.
Good guy.
Yeah, we did a show on White Party Radio. I don't know if it's it's where the guest thing is hosted also. So is that the right one? Okay.
Yeah. It's So Chief, by the way, great cello work on that. Very nice, wonderful.
He always says he wants to do this song again. I agree, for me. So maybe we will re-record this at some point in our lives.
And I love the idea that you guys do concept albums. I've always enjoyed concept albums because it's one story, one big long story. And
I guess that's why because I'm coming from the opera, so I'm thinking of albums as operas. So
there you go. So is that your background, opera, or what else is in your background?
And opera and classical music in general. I come from a family of classical musicians. Wonderful classical musicians, by the way. Mom and Dad, I hope you're listening. It's Mother's Day and Father's Day this week in Germany, so
very good.
And they help me in every possible way, and they're great fans also, and which makes me really proud. And also I did tango argentino, quite a while. I also my first record was with tango, and with my father playing the piano, so that was also a great and wonderful project.
Wonderful.
And by the way, I'm making a new video next Monday with the tango couple, Liliana and Diego. This will be actually for an older song, Your Life, from Truths, our 2015 release. And it's a waltz, and there will be tango. Oh yes, thank you, Chief.
I'll look forward to seeing the video of that.
Yeah.
I'm sure that will be. Are you doing a video for it?
Yes, that's what we make on Monday.
Okay.
It's about like the patchwork family and the difficulties in there. So I always wanted to do it as a tango, which is all about jealousy and relationship and back and forth and on and off and attention. So and when Liliana said to me, let's make a video together, my tango partner is here next week, I said, I have a song for this. So
Nice.
we're making this next Monday.
Make sure you drop it to me when you get it up, and I'll pass it around and
course.
show it around.
Oh, yes, please.
And by the way, Jeanette, yes, Gasp is the show we were talking about with Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
But we're referring to White Party Radio, which is at whitepartyradio.com, which is a station that plays the Gasp show. At least
Exactly.
they did. I believe they're still working together, the two of them.
Yes.
So it's let's see what else. Chief, I was going to ask you the glasses you had on earlier. What's the story behind those?
Which one?
The ones you just took off during that song. They has one lens.
Yeah. No, they have two lenses, but different colors.
Oh, very good. Okay.
One is yellow.
Yeah, it's you can put the lenses off and
Gotcha.
take. Yeah.
I wasn't sure it was a pirate look, like an eye patch with sunglasses, or.
Oh,
It's rather
just fun.
No. It has practical use. I mean, the yellow glasses, from these SWAT teams, and and the other one is of course covering the robot eye. So
there we go.
Of course, there's a meaning in it.
Interesting.
So you didn't know you had a robot eye?
She must have did it while you were sleeping. Put the robot eye in. My bad. It'd be great if you could just change the colors with the remote.
I mean, you know the story of these alien probes and stuff, right? Usually we use the asshole, but in the Chief's case.
You win in the other end.
Yes, all the stories are true. All the stories are true. Oh, by the way, why didn't they put Big Ass on the list? Because it's our best live song, I guess. I like the recording too, but I didn't put it on the playlist.
I like that one.
Talking about asses,
Yeah.
but I think that's not suitable for American TV anyway, right? It's our only song marked explicit.
It's okay.
Because of the word big ass, and in truth, it's about free speech, so probably that's why it's X-rated.
Anti-American, yeah.
Yeah.
We like to say we have free speech, but we like to persecute people that use it.
Yep.
Let's see, what other questions did I have here? Do I have something else? Oh, nothing in particular, unless you've got and we kind of covered it, where you fan experience, but do you have a funny story of what happened to you on stage? That one. I want to hear that one.
No, I was just rather thinking in general, but well, help me, Chief.
Keine Ahnung, was war die Frage?
Was ist das Lustigste, was uns auf der Bühne passiert ist? Lustige Stories auf der Bühne. Blooper Reel, sozusagen. Let me think.
And we can play a song while you're thinking about it if you want.
Yeah, good idea, because nothing jumps to mind right now, but I'm pretty sure after the show, lots of stories.
That's right. You'll be like, I thought of 3 things. Modern Conversation is up next. Anything to intro this?
Oh, yes.
Shall I just
I actually have a story now about this. This is where the Chief is drumming on the full story. This is a dumpster song originally. So I mentioned earlier that we have a very famous guest musicians on our America albums. That's Brian Viglione from the Dresden Dolls.
Nice.
In my opinion, the best drummer in the fucking bloody world.
Sorry,
and
Chief.
Brian, I love you. And please do it again. And so, we had fun on the first record on Lies. We had a lot of fun on Truth, the second we did together. And the third one, he already knew that we were like weird and mad and up for everything. So he came into the studio like this. What are we up to today? And we did a lot of mad things recording this album. And when we did Modern Conversation, he listened to the song, started tinkering around a bit, and then he jumped up, ran out And I was like, is he sick or what? And he ran out like a god, and he was only wearing shorts, nothing else. He's working like this in the studio. And he ran out in the yard. I followed him and asked Brian, what's wrong? And he said, I'm looking for something big and metally to beat the shit out of. And said it, went around the corner, came back, pulling one of these big fat dumpsters behind him. And can I play this? Can I play this? And our great tech, Tyler Cooch Garrett, who also plays the bass on our record. And he is an amazing tech, and he's running a wonderful studio, the Seventh Wave Studio. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Seventh Wave Studio. So, plugged on. He came out, laughed like mad, and said, of course you can. We put the mics out in the dumpster and around the dumpster, and Brian bought all his badass drumsticks and mallets, and he started to play the song on the dumpster.
Nice.
There's a video on YouTube how he's doing that. The making of Modern Conversation. It was so much fun. And in the end, he did a lot more. He played the drums inside the studio, did a lot of screaming, and I think there's 40 or 50 tracks on this single song. And of course, when we started touring with this song, we said, okay, how to reproduce this on stage? We can't bring a dumpster. So in the end, the chief came up with the idea having a metal note stand, only the top of it, unscrew it, beat on it, and invent a way to fix it to any possible drum stand or mic stand, which is what we take for traveling now. And then I gave him these light up drumsticks that light up when you beat, and now he's doing like semaphore with it. And the story I was supposed to tell is very short. So we played this at a festival, and everybody was also already expecting the song, and when he started playing, he dropped one of the drumsticks, in the audience. He played on with one of them, make the semaphore try to read this, folks. And a fan came back and handed him the drumstick. So
that was good
it's
of the fan.
not a big story, but the dumpster story, I think, makes up for it, right?
They're both good stories. Let's give it a listen. I'm really interested now that you've gone through all that. I'm really curious.
Listen to the dumpster.
Here we go. Oh, you know what? Let me also do this. Try to pull up, see if I have a picture of. There we go. Okay, so this is off of Out, and I'll put that up again. And here we go.
My car, my house, my boat, my horse, my kicks, my name, my wits, my game, my life, my blight, my hate, my fight, my guts, my brain, my God, my shame. No matter how good your life, complain. No matter how dark your soul, preach. No matter how empty your purse, stand. No matter how deep your love, cheat. Your kid, your bet, your race, your blame, your sex, your shame, your voice, your fate, your choice, your state, your job, your hands, your nose, your friends. No matter how sharp your mind, it's your bet. No matter how bright your future, keep it low. No matter how tough your betters, hail them. No matter how well inside your skin, have doubt. Ignore it. No matter where you are, don't listen. No matter what you saw, forget it. No matter if you care, don't understand. No eye contact, no heartfelt act. And don't you never, 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 never say the truth. Never say the truth. Never say the truth. Never say the truth. This is modern conversation. 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 This is modern conversation. Never. Never.
I think that could be one of my favorites. And the message
No,
to
thank
it.
you.
Yeah, the message to it also. It's how fucking true is that?
Yeah, actually, I mentioned Tyler earlier, who plays the bass on the record and records the records.
Mhm.
And when he was in
running the
Berlin,
studio.
yes, he's running the studio. And when he was in Berlin to play a tour with us, the last
And had
Steamboat,
some beer and
the
had
Steamboat
fun.
before,
and that-
yes. Yeah, we went to hang out in our favorite bar, the Fargo, which is right next door. In case somebody's listening. And yeah, he got a bit drunk, we too. And then he said, oh, this is so different in America from Germany and Europe. In America, everybody is like, me, next. So I made a song for this because it was like, so in your face.
It's true. There
Thank
are
you,
so
Tyler.
many times we're talking to people, and when they respond, you could tell they didn't bother to listen. They were just wanting to talk. And eventually I stopped talking and just listened because it's not a conversation. It's giving them the next thing to talk
It's more than conversation. Exactly.
It is. So yeah. What is the instrument in the very beginning? It opens. It reminds me of Blue Man Group where they're playing the big hollow tubes and everything, and it's
That's
very
the
hollow.
dumpster.
That's the dumpster. Okay.
Watch the making of video. I'll see if I can send you the link.
Okay.
To put it in the chat. It's really fun. I mean, it's a whole song anyway, but in a very raw mix. But yeah, with Brian half naked playing dumpster outside in the summer, and also there's a puppy in it in the very end, and so everybody likes puppies, right?
Right.
Here it is. Okay, here's the link.
I have heard that song before.
Oh, good.
Before I knew who you were.
Oh, brilliant.
Now, what I'm going to
I
do
like that.
is going to go ahead and share that to the Twitch chat. Go ahead, Andrew. There we go.
No, I was just saying I have heard that before I knew who you were, because I listen to all kinds of stuff. I don't necessarily make a point to find out all the background, but I've heard it.
Good.
Yay!
Hey, it works. It works.
It does. It does. It definitely.
Infiltrating your little world, Earthlings.
And that and Berlin's a Bitch, because Berlin's a Bitch was such a fun song.
Yes. There's you watched the video, right? With Brian dropping his sticks deliberately. Nobody can drop his drumsticks as Brian can. We recorded that. It's on the recording. It's on the song how he drops them. Yeah.
I'll have
What's
to go.
his idea?
I have not watched the video yet, but I get the feeling I'll be watching a string of your videos.
Yeah. Get a binge night. There's a lot of them.
Something Andrea and I have often said is there are performers who go out and perform their music. Then there are entertainers that draw you into it and create an experience. You're an entertainer.
You two are entertainers.
Yeah,
Yes.
You have wonderful music, but you have so much more than just the music in, the way it pulls you in. And that's why, like, with Finally, I'm like, I think I need to see that live. I think it's a different song.
Yeah, it is. And it's such a long time ago. I mean, it was 2010 when we recorded it. It feels like half a life. And also, there's also a video, of course. But still, yeah, I think it would be nice to play it live for you. I do it in a totally different way. Of course, it's 8 years ago, so.
Of course. It's also, I don't know what age you are, but I have found as I grow older.
I'm 112.
You look beautiful.
It's on my Facebook page.
That's all.
Thank you.
I didn't think you were a day over 97.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I don't smoke, that's why.
I do, so I take care of it.
And all it's alcohol-free German beer.
There you go. Can you call it beer if it's alcohol-free?
Of course. It tastes like beer. It feels like beer. It just doesn't make you drunk.
The process.
What? Sorry. There was a weird noise.
Process. It's the process of how it's made.
Yes.
See, and actually, people are always... I have quite a few friends that when they talk about beer, they talk about the alcohol level. The alcohol level is the last thing I'm worried about. I drink for flavor, not for drunk.
Yeah, me too.
I don't like
and
being
beer.
drunk.
Yeah. And we in Germany, our beer is much weaker than yours anyway, and the British. So yes, it is. We have in a normal beer we have 2.4%. Or something, and so we drink it like for thirst.
Right.
And so I can as well drink the alcohol-free. It's not much of a difference, and I can drink much more of this when I'm really thirsty, and without getting even more thirsty because alcohol makes you thirsty.
It does. Yeah, I've seen
but the first time I had American beer, like when we went over for the first time to record Lies, I fell off my stool drunk because I didn't realize I was drinking a beer with 12 fucking %.
Oh!
I didn't know there was a stuff like that.
Nice. It's a great shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from
Trogs Brewery. They're not endorsing us either. Why? So yeah. Yeah, they took us there, and they had like a try tablet with all kinds of beers. Thank you. And yeah.
They came out with non-alcoholic beer in the U.S. decades ago, and the problem is it still tasted like nasty American beer.
I'm not saying American beer is nasty. It's just like it's nasty to me because it's so much alcohol in.
Well, what I'll say is the popular ones, when you're looking at Budweiser, when you're looking at Coors Light and all these, I'm not a fan of them. There's just not much flavor to them. It's, and Mo says, I love Kopparberg alcohol-free pear cider. It tastes amazing. Are you familiar with Kopparberg?
I have tried that.
Interesting.
It was, for me, it tasted like gummy beer lemonade.
Interesting.
I have tried it. But maybe it was. I think I had the berry variety, so that was a bad choice to start with. I should go with a pure apple. So.
Well, the pear is probably cleaner and crisper, I would imagine, than the berry. The berry is all generally very sweet. So, but I haven't tried either. So, but that's my point. Is I like to try different things, but I don't want to get drunk when enjoying a flavor.
Same here. When I'm drinking alcohol, then I'm drinking whiskey. So, I mean that I can't imagine whiskey with alcohol.
No.
So.
No, it's
but or the other way around. When I drink alcohol, then I drink something that actually needs the alcohol to taste.
Yes. It's that's why you see me around here. I have this, but I don't drink it much, and I have my water here and my coffee here because, again, flavor. Flavor is everything, whether it's food, drink, or life.
Exactly.
Now we're about to go in our refill break. Are you guys able to hang out for our third hour?
Yes.
Excellent. And we will...
As many hours as you want.
Oh, don't tempt us.
I'm speaking for me, Chief. What about you? Yeah, you're not talking much anyway.
It just doze off in the back. It's
Yes. Faces.
You guys remind me of a picture I took of my cats recently. One was right here up on me, and I took a picture, but the other one was behind him in the distance, and the one on me, who is all black, was staring to the side like... And that reminds me of you two right now. Okay, let's... refill break. We're going to do a refill break. So pop up, and again, when we get back, you'll see the thumbs up. If we all have thumbs up, I'll bring us back before the break is over, because that's what we're here to do. So, and I will go do the opposite of refilling. Be right back.
Sit right back and relax, or get up and get a drink and refill what you have, while the cast and cohorts and co-hosts of Talk of the Tavern do the same. Now here's the testimony of some of the great people we've had on Talk of the Tavern or previously on Sound of Steam. Enjoy.
This is Gail Carragher, author of The Finishing School and the Custard Protocol series, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Aiden Sivart, Steampunk Indiana Jones.
Hey, this is Scott.
This is Samantha.
And we're Frenchie and the Punk.
I'm Karen Kay, also known as the Fairy Lady and editor of Fae Magazine and also founder of Fairy Events.
This is K.W. Jeter, author of Infernal Devices and Fiendish Schemes.
Kircher here. I play Bifur in the Hobbit trilogy, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Trevor Crafts, executive producer and creator of Lantern City.
This is Lord Bobbins of Teslacon. Huzzah!
Steampunk Funk Bazaar here, Lord Monty right in front of your radio.
Hello, this is Professor Elemental. When I'm not taking a bath in gin or trying to invent a new kind of badger, I'm listening. Oh, yes!
This is Stephen Davis of Raising Steam UK, 2-day Steampunk Festival in Reading. Enjoy.
I'm Thomas Williford of Brute Force Studios, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Commander Bob of Victor Sierra.
Je suis la légendaire princesse convertie de Victor Sierra.
Hi, my name is Sarah from Valentine Wolf.
Hey, this is Braxton from Valentine Wolf.
This is Aileen the Peacemaker, the founding editor of Beyond Victoriana, the multicultural steampunk blog.
Hey, this is Joseph C.R. Vortek, otherwise known as Electro Swing Neo Vintage DJ Vortek, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern. I hope you come out of it in one piece. I'm not sure I did.
And don't forget about our other shows during the week. Tunesday, Middle-Aged Gamers on Wednesday, and Virtual International Pub VIP on Thursdays. Make sure you join us there, 1 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m.
Hi, my name is Ashley Rogers. I'm the organizer of the Copper Claw.
This is Calamity Dawn, mixologist of Airship Passepartout.
This is Commodore Lorpicar of Lost Saints Curiosities.
This is Jimmy Diggs of the Crypto Historians, reminding you that the future is in your hands.
This is Gabrielle Reel.
Hi, this is D. Clarence Snyder, writer of the Bright Future series, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Professor Marcus O'Bannon, the Chief Scientific Investigator for the Crypto Historians.
This is Lady Gatita of Nerdvana.
Hey, this is Angie Vello from Ghostfire.
This is Hannah Titania, Queen of the Fairies.
This is Jeff Platt of Highland Steamworks.
This is Danielle Ackley McPhail, co-author of Baba Ali and the Clockwork Gin, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern Radio.
Hi, this is John R. White, author of The Tales of the Airship Neverland.
This is Catherine Gleason, author of Anatomy of Steampunk, The Fashion of Victorian Futurism.
This is opera singer Katie Cat.
This is Keith Prusak of Bad September.
This is Captain James Barrington of the mighty Claxton.
This is Emily Leverett, and I'm the editor of Big Bad and Anthology of Evil, Volumes 1 and 2, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
Hola radioescuchas, les habla Lady Smoke de Sociedad de Steampunk Argentina y Sindicato Dieselpunk.
This is Melanie Grace with Live Steamy.
We are Warren and Betsy Talbot of MarriedWithLuggage.com.
This is Christopher Meeker, author of Hawthorne, Chronicles of the Brass Hand.
This is Mickey Wonderland, Steampunk Fairy Princess of Wonderland with a fresh cup of Mad tea.
Hi, this is Margaret McGraw, author of the prompt writing blog WritersSpark.com, and you're listening to Talk of the...
I decided to bring Goblin in. He was laying in front of the door in the sunbeam with my other cat, and I picked him up, and he's got a big wet spot where the other cat was laying on him and drooling.
Oh my god. No details, please. I decided to bring this guy up.
What's his name?
That's a Cebu. Actually not, because a Cebu is actually a kind of cow. African cow, but this is rather like a long-necked blue thing with stripes on.
Kind of like the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, right. And the thing is, they sell them at IKEA. Not anymore, but years ago. And there was a time we went to IKEA rather often to furnish our new office. And whenever we went there were so many of these, like perched in a very tiny cage. And we had to free one at every time we went to IKEA, and so I think we have 8 or 9 of them. So, and this guy was
actually 14.
Oh shit! Really? And this guy is the most piteous of all them, because this guy has a piercing even.
Oh no! Oh wow, that's daring, isn't it?
Yeah, but then we brought him home and wanted to remove it, and he said no. It's my identity card. So yeah.
There we go.
You can't mingle with people's identity. So I mean.
Very true.
Of course.
We love
his
IKEA.
identity.
She has them too.
Oh my god.
Yeah. See what I mean? If you're into bondage, then you're into bondage. That's totally alright. If you want to keep your identity card, that's totally alright.
Absolutely.
Right, Chief? The Chief recorded a nice story he wants to tell you, because he messed up big time on stage, and you asked for funny stories earlier. So if it's all right for you.
Oh yes.
It wasn't really funny, but I did a big mistake on.
It was not funny at all.
You know.
I almost killed him on stage.
And the technician also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I had in our show I have to say some.
He has to go to the front of the stage and hold a speech. I mean, big time speech, scare you away, Earthling speech.
Yeah.
Very good.
And it was the premiere of this show 1 year ago at the Steam Ball. Big stage, big tech, big audience.
Silence.
Total silence. I in the back of the stage, almost invisible. He has all the audience. He never even was a walkway into the audience. He was right in the middle of everybody and everything. Spot on.
Gotcha.
And here's the Chief.
And I arrived at the microphone, and I want to start my speech.
Which goes like? Do the speech first.
Okay, the speech. But the boxes won't save you.
You. There's usually like echo on it and reverb, and you got the meaning.
The world has been shrunk.
Shrunk.
And outside, run, Earthlings, run! Okay, that was the text. What I have to say.
Yeah, what's it supposed to be?
But I arrived in the total silence. All was black. Only one spot on my in my face, and
perfect. Everything perfect.
But there was something snoring, or not
humming.
Snoring, humming. Yeah.
On one of the monitors. Some like noise. Do you have noise on the stage, right? You have noise.
And I took breath. Wait, and then I said, something is humming.
Into the microphone, and in the tone of the speech, you didn't do that right now. He said, something is humming here, and me not really. Where's my laser gun? Something is humming. And the sound tech at the FOH was like,
and
should we die?
And then I
because we all knew that, of course.
And thought, okay, this was wrong.
Yes.
This was
Big
totally wrong.
Big time wrong, Chief.
What can I do now?
Nothing at all. Just die on the spot.
Yeah.
Well, I think something is humming Could have been the reason for his anger to tell people to run.
Yeah.
No.
No, because everybody was, of course, first laughing and thought, oh, it's giraffe goggles. This is nice.
It is a steam-powered giraffe, right?
Giraffe?
I think that one's taken. I don't need to create legal issues. We'll just go with it.
No, that's hand-powered giraffe.
There you go. There you go.
Giraffe. It's a giraffe. It says so on its identity tag. I mean, blue giraffe with big nose, but yeah, giraffe.
By the way, Mo says, nice. I love flub up stories. It gives a live performance flavor. Audiences do love it when there's mistakes. It makes it a very personal experience for them. As long as you play
definitely very personal, yes.
And another completely annoying story is Leipzig.
Oh my god!
You have to tell. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean it's this is like somebody else messing up, so I probably should not tell, but still. Long haul. I studied theater sciences in Leipzig, where some people who are into goth may know. Leipzig is where the biggest European goth festival is hosted, VGT, Wave Gothic meeting, where we are playing next week 4 fucking times. Yes! So Leipzig. Yeah, I studied there, so I love this city, and especially I loved one club, the university club, the students club. It's in the basement of an old castle, so it's like fucking amazing.
It's really amazing.
It is. Yeah. It's called Moritzbastei. It's and everybody knows it.
How does it called?
Moritzbastei.
Moritzbastei.
Or short MB. So yeah, and everybody in Leipzig knows it, and many people not from Leipzig know it. So it's really a fucking great club and a fucking famous club, and all the big names play there. And so I was terribly excited to play there, supporting Voltaire. And I mean, supporting Voltaire is great by itself. We did it 2 times, and it's in 2 succeeding years, and it's amazing. Frank Waller, who organized this, he just hired us because he loved our music, and thank you, Frank. That's amazing, and please let us do this again. And yeah, we were of course we were there very, very early, and set up all our stuff.
Well prepared.
Yeah, we had a lot of stuff. Of course, we had the electric piano, we have visuals, we had the cello, of course, and as expected, the techniques in this club was ace. So it was just fun to stand there and play because it all sounded like it was supposed to sound, and the visuals worked on the spot, and everything was like perfect. And then Voltaire came. Just need a mic and a plug for my guitar. So I mean, most easy setup, of course. So all was well. And then we waited for the audience. The audience came, and there was also Voltaire's fan club who wanted to visit him in the backstage. I mean, no problem with that, but the problem is they couldn't find the door to the backstage for whatever reason, so they went over the stage where all our stuff was set up.
Oh, no.
And somebody must have stepped on a cable without us noticing or whatever. And at some point the tech came to us, are you ready to play? Yes. Can we go on stage? Yes. I'll set up. Okay, give me 30 seconds, switch everything on, then you go on stage. And yeah, we had a big opening, like not run or things run or something's humming, but yeah, like a big opening, like an overture with the visuals and background music. And so we played that. And we went on stage, and I started the first song, No Life on Mars, and then I noticed something's off. So there's no cello, maybe just on my monitor, because I could see him playing, but nothing happened. So yeah, I played on and finished the song and went into the opening for the next song, and Crystal said, "Moment, Houston, we've got a problem." And we had no cello sound on the PA. No, I know why. So and then I said to the tech, "Can you please switch the cello back on, because nobody can hear it?" And said, "I only have a humming on my channel." Something's humming. Yeah, okay, kind of running gag, right? Yeah, and he couldn't figure out what it was. So of course, Crystal said, "Shit, somebody has stepped on the cello, and the cello is broken." Of course, it is what you would expect. with a great club, great tech, and everything perfect, and then something happens. Of course, it's your instrument, because you're the musician, you're always the liability in this system. So he was like trying to figure out what it was. Then in the end, he went off stage and tried the cello with headphones. And he said, "Oh, okay, everything's working. It's not my fucking cello. Thank God." And then you remember that we usually, when we go to a club where we don't know where to play, and we are not flying, so we can take whatever we want in the car. We're bringing 2 small amps, Roland cubes, by the way. Not endorsing us
Tiny
either,
cubes.
but it's great stuff, so I can only recommend them. And we also use them as monitors when there's no or bad monitoring. So we always have them in the car. And we brought them for the sound check, and we didn't for some reason we didn't bring them back to the car. It was quite a way to go, and there was a lot of space, so we left them in the backstage. And
at the other side of the stage.
Yes.
So I was sneaking
like this while I was doing all this time. I was doing first Alleinunterhalter, the entertainer, like telling stories of my life. Then when this didn't feel too good anymore, I mean, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, let's do it. We have fun. Right. We can wait." But then I started playing a song all by myself on the piano. Then I started playing a song with a backing track, and this is actually on YouTube. It's City by the Sea, the live version, where you can see the chief sneaking behind me, between me and the screen with a visual. So I had no idea what he was doing, and it's a serious song. So everybody was laughing at me. What the heck am I doing wrong? I had no idea he was sneaking up behind me. It's a big stage. Mm-hmm. So he stuck to the other side of the stage, got this bloody tiny amp, connected it to his cello, and started playing. And the sound was there, and everybody was yay! And then I finally realized what was going on, and we finished the song together. So, yeah. In the meantime, somebody had actually proposed to bring a cello from home in 20 minutes so he could play on the acoustic cello. And somebody else was like suggesting, I have a pickup in my car, you can try this, like plug it to the electric cello. Both would have actually worked, but this was a better solution, because it was clear to everyone that it was not our fucking fault, because what was not working was the fucking cable to the fucking desk of the fucking FOH. So the technician, we implored about 20 times, can you please just switch the bloody channel? And he didn't want that, because he said, I did nothing, I didn't change anything. So yeah, he did nothing. I mean, he said, I had the warning light on my desk when I called you to stage. And he was, because why did you let us start when you knew there was something wrong? I thought it was just an effect or something.
Most of the times when I've done live performances or been at live performances, when there's an issue, it is as simple as that, a cable. You know, yes. Somebody, always. Whether it's a bad always cable or just wrong hole.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, that goes for many situations of life.
It does. Generally not in front of a crowd for part of those, but...
if it's the wrong hole, then yeah, mostly in front of a crowd.
Yes, I'm not in that kind of entertainment. That's a totally different...
I should maybe switch to whiskey now.
You might. We're in the last hour. It'd be good. It's just checking.
Explicit songs. I mentioned that earlier. Explicit songs, and yeah, this show will be explicit at some point.
Well, just so you know, the show is we mark it mature. In the beginning, before the intro music, we warn people that we have had some people refuse to come on because we are controversial and we could be offensive and all that.
Oh.
It's so don't worry about anything you're going to play is going to be fine. The only thing, because of Twitch, we can't show any kind of nudity. But you know, and actually it says nothing sexually explicit. So I guess we could have nudity, but somebody's going to call that wrong anyway. So
I can say ass, but I can't say boobs.
You can say boobs. You just can't show them.
Okay, can say. Not show them. Right. And I can talk about pussies, but then I have to mention it's cats, right?
Oh, no. We can say anything. We can say pussy, cunt, tit, ass.
Anything.
Yeah.
All right.
Son of a bitch, hell, fuck. whatever. Any of it is fine. Just we can't take off our clothes and sit here naked and talk to everyone.
That's warm here.
I know. I look forward to one day when the internet actually you could do something like that, and not that we have a reason to do it, but sometimes
there was a time like this. Yeah,
it's good to have the option to do it.
It is. For example, if we are doing a show on burlesque, which we have done in the past, it would be nice for the burlesque performer to go, here's whatever. Which, by the way, how fun would they be with Ansa and Paulo?
Oh, this has to happen.
This should happen. Great. That's a couple of our friends here in Virginia who do vaudeville, burlesque. I don't know if you've ran across them. They do go to Europe on a regular basis, and they are just so much fun and personality. Oh,
sounds great.
You too.
It's Mo, to answer your question.
We're totally serious.
You are.
What? Yes, please.
It's rather boring, so serious you are. But yes. Andrea, Mo needs one of our.
I hear that a lot.
So hold on, we need Mo. Just come get him from us. We've got one for you. We can do that.
You know where we live.
Yeah, it's a.
Oh yes, I have seen it earlier. It's the beep patch on your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's so. It's.
I didn't prepare any of our like at least I showed the sticker on the film, but yeah, I didn't prepare anything to bleep my own mouth. But
you don't need to.
Use the rubber ducky.
Maybe we should trade stickers, mail each other stickers, and then I could put it on the back of my computer so I can advertise you at live performances.
So, at least
that
I have.
That is the kinkiest ball gag I've ever seen.
This is our spaceship sticker. And people get it as a reward when they sign up to our newsletter.
That's
only way to get it.
Well, we need to exchange addresses anyway, so I could send you some of these. Because you need some.
Yes.
You can have your backup singers, one on each hand.
Yes, and I guess you could also put them on the nose the wrong way around, like sequin swimmers.
You could. That would work.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that looks like a weird kind of glasses on your nose. Yeah.
It does. And then you see like this the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do that in Berlin's a bit. Like when I say, "Vomit smells, thinks is how." People love it.
So for that, you could just put those on your nose then.
I could try. I'd probably drop them. It's always a fast. I do it even faster live.
Be your third band member.
Yeah, that would be like number 7 or so, right? Yeah, I mean, the third band member is the computer, of course. That's what I say to the sound guy usually when he asks which instrument should be how loud. I tell him the computer is an instrument. It's one of one of the band members. Yeah.
Yeah. Nowadays.
And I'm really proud of what I'm doing on sound design wise. So it's just because I'm not sitting on the faders all the time, like a DJ would, and most of them aren't just pretending to do anything because everybody prepares their tracks, of course.
True.
Just because I'm not fiddling around doesn't mean I'm not making music at the same time when the computer is playing.
It's a new skill set for music, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we're about to play The Train, if you're ready for that. So if you want to...
That's the one without the computer.
Oh, so is this one acoustic?
One of the... It's totally acoustic, and it even doesn't have... It's the only song out that doesn't have drums.
It has shells.
It has seashells. Yeah, that's a secret.
Oh.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, well...
Gonna ruin it now.
Actually, on each of our records, there's at least one puzzle you can solve, and then you can download another song. And the puzzle on Lies is so hard that actually only 5 people, I think, have solved it so far, according to the download. So this is Lies, the first we made in America, and it has this wonderful pop-up inside with a code disc, and this code disc, of course, holds a puzzle. And the puzzle is the 10th song on the back, because there's only 9 songs on the record. And there's a hint that there's a 10th song called "Lies," like the album. And this is what you get when you download it from our webpage after solving the puzzle and entering the password. So this is what other records have, and the Lies is the hardest of the puzzles. I admit. I made it much easier on Truths. Out of course has 3 puzzles, and one is hidden in the 3D theater, one is hidden in online. In one of the there's a form you can fill in to get your visa, to stay visa for planet Earth. And because most of the political leaders are aliens anyway by now, not from our species actually, unfortunately. So I suspect that's our actual mission, like making humans aware that you're not the ruling species anymore.
The lizard folk, huh?
So sooner or later they will ask you to leave. And then you will need a stay visa if you stay, because the problem is you can't survive anywhere else, right? Is that correct?
Not as far as we know. We haven't found anywhere.
Yeah.
And
that's the problem. That's the problem with being expelled from your own home, right?
It is.
And that's what Out is about, the whole album. And so there's a lot of stuff hidden in there you can find only if you try. Yeah, you can try to get a stay visa, but it's hard.
I like the art you put into your album, not just the pictures, but your whole cases, the comic book, the 3D puzzle, the shadow stage that's great.
Thank you.
That's the entertainment part.
I just didn't manage to make just a record.
One part of the puzzle is also my you has it?
The semaphore, right? That's the online part. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So you have to figure out what you're saying there, huh?
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, and there's also the question: what is a secret instrument on the train? And he just blabbered. So everybody who's watching, you can solve the puzzle now and download the stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's also the almost recent video, by the way.
We'll have to check it out. Now, let's go ahead and play this real quick. Here we go. Let me put up the cover for everybody so they can see that. And now let's go play.
And I am gone, and the train goes on. luggage down. It's heavy now, and some feel I long to let it go. And I leave, but the train goes on. It's been a long voyage, too long to stay behind. It's been a long voyage for any of our kind. It's been a long voyage, longer than I thought, and you're still aboard there, and the train goes on, and the train goes on, and the train goes on, and the train goes on.
I really like that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's my name Travis means the traveler. So yeah, it's I really like that. And by the way, Andrea, I think Elizabeth needs to hear that one. I could imagine her making a film to that. One of our Monday night co-hosts is a filmmaker.
Nice.
So and
she's in New York.
And she travels via train daily. Then when she came to visit us a week or two ago, she took a train down here, and I think that would speak to her too. You've done a great job with the playlist for today, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, very good. I for the viewers, I let them choose what songs we're going to play because I feel nobody's going to know. Oh, that's well.
Yeah.
Now I want to give you credit for putting together the storyline of the show.
No, well, thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely.
It's hard to choose.
It is, and last thing I wanted to do with any musician that I have on the show is choose the songs that they're like, I don't know why you played that one. So yeah, I like to involve you in that because this is another type of performance for you.
Yeah, that's true.
So I want you to have some creative control over that.
Yeah, and I was all every 5 minutes. I was like, "Oh, I forgot this. I forgot that. I forgot this. I forgot that." But you can all look it up by yourselves. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube.
5 minutes, I think.
5 times. No, I just mentioned Big Ass. I think that was it. I don't know why I forgot Big Ass. It's what everybody wants to hear all the time. So you have to look it up.
Yeah,
there you go.
Maybe.
Absolutely. I'm sure. Is there a video?
Yeah,
for
I'm getting
that one
silly
also?
now. Sorry.
It's okay. It's late. Is that does Big Ass have a video also?
A live video, yeah. 2 live videos actually. Yeah, the Steamboat one and the Phoenix one.
The Phoenix one is fun.
This is more fun. Less music, more fun because everybody's singing along. And Jeanette did it, and she's watching, right? Jeanette Micklin.
Yes.
See, there's the link. Yeah, I put it in the chat.
I will go grab it and post it for everybody here in just
Thank
there
you.
it is.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it was on Phoenix, right?
Yeah, you asked me before what I like best, like people singing along. Yeah.
Yeah, there's.
They knew the lines better than I did.
That's got to be another difficult thing when you're performing a song from 2010 that you don't perform a lot. You must have a few moments where, I hope I don't forget the lyrics.
Yes, of course. And I'm when I'm playing an acoustic show with the piano, I usually have my ebook reader on the notstand, just in case. I mean, usually I don't forget the lyrics, but it's good for my nerves to have it there.
It's a safety net.
And yeah, exactly. And yeah, well, the more we perform, the less I need it because, of course, right now we're touring with a set of 20 songs or so, which are usually the same. And sometimes people say, "Can you play this? Can you play that?" And then I'm glad I have the reader because if I didn't play it for ages,
right,
I usually don't know how it starts. When I got the starting line, everything's fine, but then I'm on autopilot. But I mean, lyrics wise.
I understand.
But yes,
I understand completely.
So I need my little cheat cheat.
Yeah, when I write and people ask me about my books, if I wrote it more than 6 months ago, I'm like, I don't remember.
Oh yeah.
I'm writing something else now. You tell me, and I'll tell you if it sounds right.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I know this is easier with songs; they're shorter, so I usually know what they're about.
Usually, the books I know what they're about, but if they'll get into any specific scene within, then I'm like, maybe. You're probably right. Yeah. Let's just say you're right.
Always agree with fans, yeah. Especially if they say you're awesome.
Yeah, that's something we have a problem learning, isn't it? It's like earlier when we were talking to Chief, and he started to go, well, yeah, we have to learn. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Yes. Exactly. It's hard to learn. The hardest thing, right?
We do want to explain, oh, well, we had these mistakes or we made these decisions, and it takes away from the fans' joy. We have to remember to just shut up and go, you're awesome. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's because as creative folks, like setting our stuff free, when do you say, oh, I'm done with that project, push it into the world, stop worrying.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah. I once heard the definition that it makes a professional. Like the amateur is the lover, literally, who makes their work for themselves, to keep it and to look at it or to listen to it, whatever. And the professional is who makes their art for selling it or for showing it to people. And so it's still hard to part, especially when you are making unique stuff like a painter or a sculptor. You can make another painting, but not the same. It's much easier for performers, I think, to give to the world, but it's harder to go on a stage, of course. So I think it's basically the same. And the thing is, with a professional, from a certain point on, you know that you can do another work as good as this one, or maybe close, or maybe even better.
Different, at least.
I think, yeah.
And that's
but that makes it easier to part.
It's last night's show we had a giveaway, and it was a trivia question, and the trivia question is, who said thinking is the great enemy of perfection? And
I've heard that one before, but I had no idea.
Constantine the Great.
Okay.
But yeah, it made me think, when creating something, if you overthink it, it's the enemy of perfecting your project. Sometimes you just got to go with what you felt and move on.
True. Yeah, I still tend to overthink it, especially with this like concept things. Like, I could make this to explain what I'm actually up to, and I could also make this, and I could try to make people do this when they listen and stuff. And that is just a bloody song.
What's your favorite concept album by somebody else, or multiple ones? What concept albums do you love?
Well, Chief, help me. Right now, my mind is as blank as.
Well, three of my favorites by larger bands: Queensryche with Operation Mindcrime. I enjoyed that one. Of course, Pink Floyd The Wall is kind of the definition of a concept album. And what is the third? Oh, Mr. Roboto by Styx, which apparently a lot of people don't like that one. They say that's a crap one, but
I don't even know it. So
I enjoyed it in my teens. So in the 80s it was big, but it's about a dystopian future where everybody has kind of become the robot machine. You just fit in, you don't stand out, and the album is about standing out when everybody is alike.
I should listen to that.
It's good. It's 80s rock. So, if you like 80s rock, it's a good album. If you don't like 80s rock, there's some people that hate it. So there you go. It's like anything.
I'm more into 80s synth pop, but it's all right. And punk.
Yeah, it's those are the three I think of. And that's without going into a lot of there is a steampunk band out there, a steampunk metal band. And I know Andrea loves this album.
Is it Automaton?
It would be Automaton.
Yeah, I love theirs.
They have a great... It's fun. It's got a darker theme, but the way they play it, it's just a fun concept album. So, yeah, like I said, the one reason I like country music, and I'm not a big country music fan, is because every song is a story, for the most part. And I love the story in music. This is why I like folk music from Renaissance fairs and whatnot, because they're usually a good story. So a concept album is just an extension of that. It's just a longer story. So what about the last song we have, which you mentioned earlier, No Life on Mars?
Oh, yeah, I just had to look at the list to remember what it is. Actually, this is the first song I wrote for this album. So the album I wrote in residency. I won in 2015, right when we were releasing Truths. I got the call that in 2 weeks I was to go to Marseille to be locked in the studio for a few weeks and write music. And I was like, oh my God, somebody's paying me for writing music.
Wow.
Really? Yes. And yeah, then I went there. It's an amazing place. It's called La Friche, the Fabric. It's an old fabric, of course, on the top of a mountain over Marseille, which is an amazing town all by itself, and I loved it. And I was there. They gave me the key to the studio and said, "What do you need?" Oh yeah, electric piano, PA, all there. Here, your room. Do whatever you like. And I was standing there and like, somebody's paying so I can make music.
Weird.
What? Yeah, so, and then I was there with my computer and said, I have to write songs. I have to make stuff. So people will pay more in the future, so I make more. And so I opened a file on my computer and I called it Mars, like Marseille. And then I started programming, and actually this is the first song I ever made, which started with electronic programming without even having an idea. And in the end, there was the electronic part of the song, or most of it, and then I started to play the piano to it, and then I started to invent the lyrics. And in the end, the song was called, so the file was still called Mars. So I said, okay, the song is about the planet Mars, and it's no life on Mars, because life on Mars already exists. And this is how it came into being. And in the end, it turned out to be a very special song, because with all these like creative nothing in my brain, I told a story. It was quite close to finally, like about a relationship that doesn't work, and all in this metaphor with the planet Mars and empty of life and aliens. And I'm really proud of that. And it's only a few lines of text, and but it has everything in there, and I really love that song. I hope everybody else does it well. There's also a video for it with body painted aliens, amazing people, and doing weird things in the self-made astronaut suit, and me trying to pretend I'm in low gravity. So it's very, very self-made. And yeah, thank you, Tracy. Sorry.
No, you're okay. I didn't want to interrupt. Just wanted to.
And yeah, it's like really. It's totally trash and crappy, and I'm so proud of this video. Yeah, and the song is very 80s, as we're talking of it, so I hope you'll like it.
Ja, wir haben nach diesen 14 Tagen am letzten Tag schon das aufgeführt
und
die Show in Französisch gemacht.
True, yeah, this residency was only 2 weeks, and the last few days the chief was with me and we practiced for the show, and in the end of these 2 weeks I had written out, I mean, the whole album, it was all there, all 10 songs. Not finished like
2 weeks.
But yeah.
That's
yeah,
impressive.
I mean, that's what happens when you lock me in and say make music. I make music.
Isn't that great, though?
I would like to do it again.
Yeah, when you can hyper-focus something that normally takes you months to complete, and you did it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I still went to the sea and had a swim and ate amazing food and made new friends, artists that were also there in residency, amazing people from all over the world, and had a good time and did a lot of party. And yeah, and then I went into the studio again next day and made music. It was a great time. So just a great time. Yeah, and what you mentioned right now, in the end there was a big performance, and we were also playing, and we were supposed to play like all songs, but we did, had a lot of fun. I translated the lines I'm saying between the songs into French with the help of a trainee. And in the end we played this song for the first time ever, and yeah.
Okay, you ready?
That's the story. Yes. I told you it's very 80s.
think we just made you another music video for that.
All right.
And I've realized how long it's been since I've dusted my toys.
Yeah.
They need
It
dusting.
sounds kind of naughty, but yeah, well.
It does. A little innuendo there. Huh? Hold on while I beat my sloth.
Oh my god, it's not getting any better. Poor sloth, what has done to you?
It's normally he sits atop the TV and stares at us as we participate in sloth-like activities. It's where our sloths go. It's
Yes.
Oh.
What? Sloth. Sloth.
Sloth.
Yeah.
It's an
he said
odd
sloth about 20 times right now, and he's asking what the.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
These guys. Hey, it's Cool Hand. It's been a while since we've seen him. Good to see you, buddy.
Hey there.
Thanks for joining us. It's he's out of Greenland, isn't he?
Greenland. Whoa.
I believe so.
I think so. Yeah. So good to see you. It's been
Him
a
and
while.
his wife join us from time to time.
Yeah, he's a he's a scientist. He sciences. You know, my biggest worry about
That is something I love about English language, that you can make a verb out of anything.
the evolving language.
Yeah.
It's
well, German has some advantages too. We can connect words to an infinite chain of words to be just one word. So, mating words, you could say, but still.
But nobody can say this word.
No.
Well, in
Or remember where you started.
We call that a sentence.
Really? Interesting concept. I have to try that at some time.
It's that lazy American thing. We're good at that. It's you know, my biggest worry about space travel, if we ever found a planet that is habitable by humans, is microbiology. I worry about the bacteria that's on that world and what it would take for us to get acclimated. And sci-fi rarely addresses this. Because it would just shut down everything.
There was a problem for your ancestors, right? When they went over to America with all the European seeds, and the crops just didn't get on.
Yeah, an interesting thing, before North America was populated, about 100 years before the settlers actually showed up, there was a ship that came here, landed, interacted with the natives, and went back home. They didn't get another one out there till 100 years later, and it had killed off, the germs that we brought over killed off 90% of the North American population. It had set society back to almost, Stone Age levels. Yeah, it's, and I worry the first time we find a planet that we can live on, it's going to be like, yeah, but if there is life there, if there's water and flora and fauna, are we going to be able to live with the
War of the Worlds, I'm only saying.
Yes, exactly. Except we would be the invader. Well, that's what we do, isn't it? We invade things. It's
true.
Yes, that's what humans do.
Now we've got about 10 minutes
Homo
left.
sapiens.
And when we're at about 5 minutes, I'm going to announce what shows we have coming up the rest of this week, and we're going to choose somebody on Twitch that we raid. So we take everybody in our channel and move us over there at the end of our show. But what a great show, guys. I think we've only been doing this just over a month on Tuesday.
You.
Oh, our pleasure. Our pleasure. And you'll need to let us know if you were just kidding about us visiting, because...
Hey, Des.
Hey, Des.
No.
Good to see you.
You make pancakes and burgers, of course. Well,
oh, yeah.
I thought there was an agreement, too. Yeah.
Good.
You just have a fun day.
Yeah.
I already booked the flight.
Oh, good. Listen to the date.
Good. We were serious.
Yes.
And thank you, Gene. Appreciate that. Here's to you.
Somebody chipping in for our plane tickets?
They are. They threw 15 cents. Every bit helps. I will never complain about it.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's, and Jeanette, who wasn't on last night, and the totals reset, she is actually in 4th place for our top cheerer.
Ooh.
So, yeah. We've got a great audience and a great community here, and they branch out in so many different directions. All ages. Thank you, Des. Appreciate that, man. I'm going to have to pour more of this for the closing toast, aren't I?
Yeah.
How
Well, thank you so much for inviting us. That was fun.
Mo's cheering for tickets. Yay, Mo!
Yay!
But yeah, let us know when you need more publicity because
always.
We are only growing, so we're more than happy to give you 3 minutes or 3 hours. Because
because
fun.
we're one of the best bands nobody knows.
Yeah, no, I could agree with that.
Yes.
It's and we definitely like getting people to know you, and whether
Brilliant.
Well, and if you're going to be coming over here to the U.S., let us know because we have a big audience that needs to come see you.
Yes.
Yeah, and a place you could stay, of course. So you have to sleep somewhere after the pancakes because they really make you tired.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So on the pancakes.
Oh, that would be an idea. Yeah.
It's as long as you don't mind cats, because we do have a few. So there's that.
As long as they don't mind us.
No, they're friendly little critters. We got a good bunch of cats too. It's when Elizabeth came to visit us, she's like, it's amazing. They like each other. They all hang out together and do things together and steal cars and rob stores.
Okay.
Well, cats are mischievous, you know.
Yeah, but cats that hang out with each other, that's really a rarity, yeah.
It is. I mean, they don't like play poker or anything together. But they'll do something.
Not like these dogs in the painting, right?
They're very true. Dogs are much more poker-oriented than cats are.
I see.
So I wouldn't
poker
mind,
and cigars.
I wouldn't mind a photo of cats playing poker. That'd be cool.
I'm pretty sure one will pop up tomorrow on Facebook.
I'll look for it. Tag me.
Now you mention it.
Yes, very good, Jeanette. Cat burglar, says Jeanette, when I mentioned they robbed stores together. The problem is they get in the car, it's nice and warm, there's sun coming in, they all go to sleep. And they only steal tuna. So, okay, what do we got coming up for the rest of this week? Now, tomorrow, I'm going to be all by myself playing Fortnite looking for Thanos' gloves. I don't know if you guys know what Fortnite is. It's a video game that's really popular. And it's not my type of game. It's shooting other people, which, But Thanos, from the new Marvel movie, apparently the directors of the movie got together with the makers of Fortnite and went, we love your game. And they went, we love your movies. So they put the one powerful artifact from the movie in the game so people can find it. And when they get it, they look like Thanos for the rest of the game. So... And then Thursday, we have Ben Henderson of Surrey Steampunk Convivial. Convivial? Damn it, I messed it up.
Convivial?
That's it. It's he'll be on and
joining
us.
Yay.
You know him?
Yes, of course. We played at the Steampunk Convivial, and we only played a few weeks ago. We played a show together, a small steampunk festival in Kingston, London.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll have to make sure I tell him you say hello, and to invite you again.
Yeah.
So absolutely. Thank you, Jeanette. Appreciate that. And there we go.
If you check in the Skype chat, there's a picture.
Here, I'll pull that up. We have cats playing poker. I'm going to cover everybody's faces as I pop this in, so everybody can see that. Yeah, they look like they're fighting. That's no, he's playing music. He's got a guitar.
Well, I've got a ukulele here somewhere that helps.
A bass ukulele. Oh, you got a right one too.
Yes, of course.
Very nice. Do you want to play a little something?
I told you. Huh?
You want to play a little something?
I can play Lobotomy, the Patreon ukulele punk rock if you want to.
Oh, yeah.
You want to?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, cello too.
I need a tune. Oh, yeah. Oh, my picture just went away. I hope you can still see me. Can you?
See you? Yes, we see you.
What? Okay, that's why. Because the poker cats popped up. All right, let's try this. I could should tune maybe. Well, but who needs tuning? It's a punk rock anyway.
That's right.
After the first few lines. Lobotomy, give me lobotomy for my birthday. It's a birthday song. I wrote it actually for one of our Patreons. Lobotomy, maybe the only way to make me smile. Take them away, these bloody feelings. Take it away, this haunting gale. that I could live as happy apian. Whoever needed the Homo sapien, I jump from a tree and fall to my death. The ruins of mankind will be my bed. Look at me, give me the part of me. Look at me, give me the part of me. Look at me, give me the part of me to make my day. Look out at me, seems like an easy way to salvation. Without personality, I won't be nosing. Take this your teaching, explaining, complaining. Don't hear me from thinking, I know that you can. That I could live forever after in peace, sit in the corner counting my fleas, madly grinning about what I forgot. Sally Betty's life is all that I got. The part of me, give me the part of me. The part of me, give me the part of me. The part of me, give me the part of me to make my day. Cello solo! Doctor, go get your drill. Take it from me, this bloody free will. I don't have to wait for the end of the show. My own apocalypse can be here and now. No part of me, give me the part of me. The part of me, give me the part of me. The part of me, give me the part of me to make my day. Then I could live as happy apian. Whoever needed the Homo sapien. I don't have to wait for the end of the show. My own apocalypse can be here and now.
There you go. How about some cheers for an
Thank you
song? And by the way, Tracy, I don't know if you were watching last week. Andrea had your backdrop all last week behind her. So she definitely adores it. Let's see. Well, I think we're going to raid Courtroom, one of our friends out of Scotland who does gaming. I looked for a music person, but I don't see any music people on right this second. Other than that, thank you again, guys. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna
thank you.
Throw
Thank
up
you,
our
Bose.
outro music, and we could talk over
Thanks
it.
for joining us in the discussion shenanigans tonight. You are the one thing that makes the show what it is. Don't forget to join us at the tavern next week.
New friends
Until
that we look
then,
forward to seeing again
have fun,
soon.
keep learning, and be
And
good
having
to one another.
pancakes.
Yeah.
Now, raise your glass in good cheer. Enjoy the small moments every day and steamy dreams every night.
Back in the 80s, he used to be a break dancer.
I believe it.
Really, I'm not kidding.